Man, it's beautiful. Ba-da-ba-da. How is everybody? Ariana Bazzi sitting here. How
Morning.
are you?
I'm great. How are you?
So, if you're going back to school, would you want to go to a school where a lot of the students had concealed carry, guns in the dorms, in the classrooms, in the study halls, in the CAF?
Probably not.
Thank you.
I mean,
Come on, man.
yeah, probably not. Not if you know about it. I mean, it's different if everyone has them and you don't really know, but if they're showing them and it's a big thing, then I don't think that's good.
Why the hell, help me out, Ariana, you're barely out of school. Why the hell would it be a good idea for college students that age, that emotional,
Yeah, I was going to say that age and that emotional, it doesn't.
That
It sounds like a
hammered.
recipe for disaster.
that hammered,
Right.
to have guns?
Exactly.
Come in here tomorrow.
Yep, when you involve alcohol.
And before we get into
Not
this
good.
piece, I want to get into Tamara's piece. Your piece did not shock me at all about guns. And everybody now has a gun, right?
Yeah, basically statistics showing, I mean, Americans bought 5.5 million guns in the start of 2024. Let me repeat that. 5.5 million guns to start 2024.
Because they're afraid. They're afraid. In what was Pennsylvania in the top 5?
Pennsylvania was number 4. We were ranked 4.
We love our guns. No, we do.
I mean, that's what about a third of Americans say they personally own a gun. A third.
All right, so her kids are amazing. Insane students. Her son, brilliant. If you were sending your kids back to college, would you be happy to know that the campus just passed a law saying, bring your guns to school, kids?
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
I
Why?
I would withdraw my kids.
Thank you. Why?
I mean, personally, listen, let me step aside to talk to you personally. I mean, I live in a community that's all we see. That's all we
Penn Hills.
know. You know what I mean? I mean, you hear it. I mean, you hear it on the news first and foremost, but to actually have to live that is very stressful. So to send my kids to a college where I'm actually sending my kids in an environment, I'm hoping
Thank you.
that we don't have to deal with that. So I would absolutely not I would actually withdraw my kids if they were enrolled there.
What is the philosophy of a university that says, let's pack heat? Come on, man.
I mean, it gets to a point, Marty, where you think that universities are coming, they're putting their political beliefs
Thank
into an education system where people should just go there and get an education. And all the other stuff, the outside stuff, it just becomes fodder, and we get caught up into that.
Hey, before I let you go on the gun thing, the most dramatic increase in legal gun purchases and permits, African American families. Because they're afraid in their communities.
We are afraid in our communities, and it skyrocketed in 2020.
Yes,
I
yes.
actually went and got my gun. If you remember, you called Kevin Krause for me and
Yep.
me and my sisters. We all went down there and we got gun licenses to carry. I mean, it's that serious at this point, and to live. I mean, it's something that I never thought that I would do. Seriously, I was like, get a gun for what? But at this particular time, it's like life has changed, and life is actually lifing for me. So I have to put myself in position to be careful and cognizant and aware of what's going on around me.
No, it's amazing. But a bit sad, wouldn't you say?
It's sad because it's like, where do we go from here? It's
'Cause
like,
you don't feel safe.
Well, I had to highlight this. The Surgeon General, last month, the U.S. Surgeon General declared gun violence a public health crisis. A public health crisis. So what we do is we just go out and we purchase weapons. But people are afraid. But when is enough going to be enough
Right
is the
on.
question.
All right, so thank you, T. It's fantastic.
You're welcome.
So, Samantha, we cool with that piece? Okay, I want you to hear this story about WVU. Great piece by a new reporter that I really love at KDKA TV. Listen to Barry's piece.
They could be in a backpack, purse, or coat pocket. Gun carrying here on West Virginia University's campus is legal.
Personally, I think it's a great idea. I was having a conversation with some of my buddies recently, and we all thought that was something that was going to occur in the near future. We all thought it was a good idea.
Regardless of if students or faculty think it's a good or bad idea, the West Virginia legislature last year said yes to a new law that allows people with a valid license to conceal carry handguns on college campuses to do just that. How difficult is it to put this all in place?
Well, so we started in March of 23 when the law was passed. It is a big undertaking. Yes, absolutely.
It's not a wide open law that applies to just anywhere. Places where you cannot carry include events with 1,000 people or more, like athletic events. You cannot carry into a dormitory living area, though you can have a gun in a dining hall or lounge area in a dorm. Also, in general, you cannot carry into health-related facilities like WVU Medical Center, though some restricted areas can have detailed exceptions. So you're Dean of Students.
I'm Dean of Students, yes.
What is the pulse of what students think of this new law?
Well, so in talking with students, I don't think it's necessarily high on their radar, and I think it's just where our students are in today's society.
Yeah, so protests, pushback, any of that?
Nope, we've not had any of that.
I think it's a great idea.
Good. Do you think any of your friends or anyone you know will think it's a bad idea?
No one I'm friends with, no.
Regarding staff who have offices, they can request a special sticker that reads, "No deadly weapons," if they have a single-use office, meaning guns won't be permitted there. Now, about those stickers that I mentioned, as of last week, 326 have been requested. They also have special lockers here for students who live on campus if they want to lock up their guns at night because they can't take them to their dorm rooms. 5 of those have been requested. So, do the ratio math, 326 to 5. It will be interesting to see how those numbers change in the weeks ahead as classes begin. In Morgantown, Barry Pintar, KDKA TV News.
So, young lady, Ariana Bazzi sitting here. You're packing your stuff, you're going down to WVU, and you know that, there's a good chance that your roommates will be packing heat. You cool with that?
Not really.
Why?
Because, like you said, I mean, it's a college campus. Obviously, kids are drinking. All that gets mixed up, and you have a terrible thing waiting to happen. I mean, everyone has guns, so I just don't understand how you're not going to use it.
You know, Tamara made a great point. You send your kids to this place because you want them to have peace.
Right.
But I would say this, and Patrick has been looking at this, and so have I. The argument would be made by conservatives, Patrick, that what you're doing is you're preventing another mass school shooting or stopping a mass shooter on a school campus, i.e. Virginia Tech.
Oh, exactly. That's the last time that the debate really got heated up
did.
was after the Virginia Tech massacre.
And it's been more than 10 years. And my point is that, so we're going to freak out and give our kids handgun permits along with their book bags.
Well, the thing that makes me, what I think of is kids, you know, when they get drunk and stuff,
Right
even
on.
when they're not drunk, they want to fight and stuff.
Right.
And when they're at the bar, they want to show each other's guns and, hey, look what I have. And it becomes this thing of, look what I have. And, you know, I'm going to just show it to you. And then what happens from there? They can use it.
And how about how emotional? How about how emotional college kids get?
Yeah.
Relationships, breakups, failed grades, depression, anxiety.
Exactly. Right.
Patrick, go ahead. Look like you want to talk.
Yeah, because, I see the other side, too. We're talking about college campuses, but there are plenty of kids out in the world who are not on college campuses who do legally carry concealed weapons.
You're using the word kids. I would argue that you're wrong. Kids don't carry these guns legally. There's no way in record numbers.
18 and up.
That's not a kid. That's actually an adult.
Well, correct. So on college campuses, these aren't kids either, if you're looking at it technically like that. Most of them are 18 years old or older.
A lot of 18-year-olds don't have firearm permits. It's less than 20%. It's mostly older people. And the truth of the matter is, and his point is valid, let's get into this. Should kids, as Patrick puts it, because he's right, we would call them our kids. Should kids have guns at WVU? 866-391-1020. Should kids have guns at WVU? Whether you like it or not, they're coming. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellie, what's up?
Hi, Marty. We have an accident on the outbound side of the Parkway West at Parkway Center Drive. Traffic is very heavy in that area, so give yourself extra time if you are traveling to Pittsburgh International. Also, an accident has been reported in Larimer at Lincoln Avenue at Ladson Street. Over on the Parkway East, that continues to thin out. Just watch out for some slow traffic as you approach Swissvale into the Squirrel Hill tunnels. No delays over on Route 28. That looks pretty good. But those HOV lanes are now closed on the Parkway North. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Celebrate July 4th with the hottest deals at Lowe's. Right now, get 2 select 2 or 2.5 quart red, white, and blue annuals for $10. And buy 2, get 1 free on select paint and exterior stain via Lowe's gift card rebate. Shop these deals before they're gone, because Lowe's knows summer savings. Valid through 7/10. Annuals offer in-store only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. Paint. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details while supplies last.
AccuWeather's proven superior accuracy means you'll be better informed and better prepared with precise local forecasts and severe weather alerts. You might think that all weather apps are the same, but in study after study, the superior accuracy of AccuWeather's forecasts and warnings have been proven in all categories. If you're going for a run, scheduling a trip, or stocking up before a storm, you want forecasts that are dependable and accurate so you can better plan ahead with peace of mind. Download the AccuWeather app, powered by superior accuracy, at the App Store or Google Play today.
Hey guys, check this out. Our house is 80 years old. I love it. We have this big picture window in what you would call the formal living room. It needs repaired. It needs replaced. And it needs replaced badly. So, I am so happy to know that Universal Windows Direct is coming to the house to take a look. They got this amazing opportunity right now. If you call them, 412-545-6003. For every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Love it. Buy 2, get 2 free. Buy 4, get 4 free. Buy 20, get 20 free. In other words, there is no limit. And 0% financing for 60 months. Folks, the windows perform better and last longer. They have this super spacer technology which insulates the windows. 412-543-6003. Universal Windows Direct.
Is it soda or is it pop? The very question has baffled philosophers for centuries. At Red Ribbon, we call it soda pop. Coming from a time when every small community had their own soda pop shop to call their own, we bottle Pittsburgh's pop with the same quality and standards as we did when the first bottles rolled off the line in 1904. Made with cane sugar, Red Ribbon Cherry Pop will take you back, way back. Look for our products at any Giant Eagle or Giant Eagle Market District. And always remember to drink Red Ribbon.
Visit the Strand Theater in Zillionople for a weekend of live and cinematic excellence. Don't miss the magic of Michael Misko live on stage. Michael is a comedian, magician, cracker of wise. Saturday only at 7:30 p.m. And relive the thrills of Maverick Top Gun on Friday and Sunday. For details, call 724-742-0400 or visit thestrandtheater.org.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Hi, this is elder law attorney Carl Zachariah. Betty called me last week because her mother's in a nursing home and had given her $30,000 2 years ago. I told her that 5-year look back will not apply. We can get it fixed. Call Zachariah Brown at 724-942-6200 or visit PittsburghElderLaw.com.
CBS Eye on Veterans, presented by University of Maryland Global Campus. While recovering from a traumatic brain injury, Special Forces combat medic veteran Mike Chesney shares how he was inspired to create Tecton Energy Drink featuring ketones after discovering a DoD research program that utilized ketones as a way to improve physical and brain health.
Ketones themselves are nature's answer to an energy crisis. Throughout history, as human beings were in an energy crisis, your body, as you went through hours and hours of fasting, when you went through 12, 14, 16 hours of fasting, your body naturally produces ketones as an energy source.
Jon Stewart here. Unbelievably exciting news. My new podcast, The Weekly Show. We're going to be talking about the election, economics, ingredient to bread ratio on sandwiches. Listen to The Weekly Show with Jon Stewart wherever you get your podcasts.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
That's the way I do it. Love that song. Playing guitar on MTV. Guns, baby. Dad, I've got the car for the cafeteria. Good, dear. Dad, I'm rushing a sorority. Well, that's really cool. Dad, got the football passes. I love football. WV football, BU football rocks. Oh, and I bought an AR. Aw, honey, an AR. That's so cute. Good for you, dear. Is it pink? Yes, Daddy, it's a pink AR. Guns. WVU. Kenny Cyber. Good morning, brother.
Good morning, Marty. How are you? Patrick?
Facts up front. Kenny's one of my boys. I've known him forever. I love him. Jump in here. He's also a WVU guy and a West Virginia man. Jump in here, please, sir. Should they have guns on that campus?
No, I think it's ridiculous it's not just that campus. I want to clarify.
Right.
It's West Liberty. It's any state institution. Anywhere in the state. They fought this. I know the WVU administration fought this. They lobbied the legislature. But we have a bunch of crazies in Charleston, and it's just absolutely out of control. I mean, 5, 6 years ago, I was in Charleston at a McDonald's, and there was this little guy, looked to be about 90 years old, wearing a cowboy hat. I look over, and he's got a holster. And I'm thinking, somebody could come up behind this guy and grab him and grab his gun, and it'd be all over with. And now it's going to the schools. And I don't get it.
What about the notion, Kenny, that they have the right to protect themselves? What about the notion that they're trying to prevent the next mass shooting? What about the notion that a significant number of other colleges have the same laws in place?
I think it just falls in the whole realm of the culture of the gun people. Period. I don't believe that in general that a person with a gun is going to help create some kind of a blockage of a mass shooter like they did down in Texas. You know, when the authorities wouldn't even go in and take care of the guy.
Right.
And you're going to have a bunch of guys on a Friday night down in Sunnyside in Morgantown that just left a bar and they've hooked up with some girl and she refuses, and all of a sudden, what's going to happen there? I mean, it's just ridiculous.
And then also, West Virginia University is in trouble. Enrollment is plummeting. They're in they're in a horrible situation financially. So now they become the college that wants you to bring a gun.
Yeah, right. And like I said, it's not just that college, but you're right. And I know that was part of the concern that the administration had talked about openly when they were fighting this, that, you know, this is going to cause enrollment to drop. This all started back around COVID. This law was talked about, you know, a couple of years ago, and it took about a year and a half for them to finally implement the law and, well, to pass it. So I guess it starts this year.
So every public university in West Virginia, every public university, Glenville State,
any of them, you know, Marshall's in the same boat. West Liberty College, West Liberty University in Wheeling, same boat.
Kenny, hold on. Go ahead, Patrick, jump in.
So, Kenny, here, I'm looking at a list here, actually a couple of lists of schools, states that allow campuses, carry on campus. So, West Virginia, while this law you're talking about is new, it is not new that it's been up to each campus to make that decision for themselves. That's how it's been, at least up until 2023. So what I'm looking at here, Arkansas, Colorado, Georgia, Idaho, Kansas, Mississippi, Oregon, Tennessee, Texas, Wisconsin, even Utah. you're allowed to carry guns on campus. That's just specifically allowed. Now, states that leave the campus decision up to each campus, Alabama, Alaska,
not in West
Arizona,
Virginia, not
Connecticut.
Not in West Virginia.
It was.
I was looking at.
It was until recently.
Oh, right, and WVU was one of them that banned them. I was looking at the laws. I was Googling while I was waiting to talk to you guys, and WVU had rules against guns, period. I mean, they forbid them. And this just opened the door to bring you in. They can't take them to events, any sporting events or any place that has 1,000 people or more. They're not allowed to take them in there, which goes back to the whole thing of, okay, mass shooter, if I'm going to be a mass shooter, where am I going to go? A football game, right? So you're not allowed to protect yourself at a football game? But it's crazy. The WVU did not allow guns on campus until this law came into effect.
It's my whole problem with the gun culture. That every state and every university thinks the way to solve any problem is give everybody a gun. And I think it's a horrible. How many of those 18-year-olds will have gun training? How many?
Well, that's the one thing. It does state in the West Virginia law they have to have a gun permit, which in West Virginia you have to take firearms class. But to me, I don't care if you have training or not. Maybe training is good to help people protect each other, but as far as just giving an 18-year-old a gun, period, I think is ludicrous. And then to tell them,
I ain't sending my kid there. That's all I'm saying. Sorry, man. Love Kenny Cyber. All right. We're going to come back. I'm reaching out to the reporter that did the story. Great information, Patrick. So obviously, we're becoming more and more of a gun culture. On the way to college, get them their tickets for the football games and make sure they're packing. At the football game, a gun, half-hammered, in the stands. Wow.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-403-5569 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-403-5569. That's 800-403-5569. What do you have to lose? Call 800-403-5569. Again, 800-403-5569.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
71 and partly sunny at 10:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Allegheny County Police are asking for information about an unsolved homicide. Now, the shooting happened on May 5th, 2023 in the 100 block of East 17th Avenue in Homestead. 16-year-old Dominic Sanner was shot once in the chest and died at the scene. Police are encouraging anyone with information to call 1-833-ALL-TIPS. Now, some new developments in the recent discovery of a man's body inside a car pulled from the Allegheny River in Springdale. News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has details.
Authorities have not officially identified the remains. However, the Post-Gazette is reporting that the license plate on the car found underwater matches that of the Mazda linked to Bunny Lee, who was 78 when he was last seen at his East Liberty home in 2013. Police at the time said Mr. Lee had dementia and might have been confused and disoriented. A dive team out of Murraysville found the car during a training exercise. Springdale police pulled the car from the river and found human remains inside. Anyone with information concerning this incident is asked to call the county police tip line. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
A security guard at Ballard's Hookah Lounge and Cigar Bar in Penn Hills has been charged in connection with a mass shooting that killed 2 and injured 7 others last month. Chaz Jackson is facing homicide and other charges in the death of Stephanie Stewart and for causing injuries to at least 1 victim. Allegheny County Police say Jackson was one of the gunmen and was working as an armed security guard at the lounge on the night of the shooting. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 13 points at 39,157. The Nasdaq now up 17 points. The S&P is ahead by 2. KDKA Radio News Time 10:31. Our next update at 11 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
Hey folks, Marty, the huge 4th of July sale going on now at Levin Furniture and Mattress Stores. Love this. The deals are incredible for my friend Robert Levin. Start by saving 25% store-wide. Save even more on doorbusters. Sofas as low as $399. Wow. Lazy Boy recliners, $395. Plus, 5 years special financing with no money down. Minimum purchase of $24.99. 25% off store-wide. 5 years special financing. Love it. Robert Levin Furniture, the best.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Building owners, my friends at NASCO Roofing, they're experts in replacing flat roofs, commercial, industrial, and residential buildings. With many flat roof material choices, you want NASCO's experienced pros on your roof. Benefit from their experience and their lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Call NASCO Roofing today for a free flat roof estimate. 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. NASCO Roofing, spelled NASCO, the region's flat roof experts.
Paul Alexander here. Now, did you know that summer is the actual prime time for losing weight? That's right. Thanks to something called diet-induced thermogenesis. Try saying that after 3 cups of coffee. Essentially, when we eat, our body temperature goes up, leading us to crave lighter meals when it's hot outside. And don't forget, those long summer days, more sunlight means better sleep, and that boosts our metabolism. So with all these natural advantages, our body's practically begging you to get started. And with Awaken 180, you can turn summer's natural slimming season into a major transformation. Imagine turning a couple of months into 50 pounds gone. And the best part, it's not just a summer fling. Starting with Awaken 180 means kicking off a long-term relationship and romance with a healthier, slimmer you. Awaken 180 is easy, it's fast, and it's not a lifetime of injections. We're talking free support for life. Hop online at awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800.
Attention talcum powder users. Have you had ovarian or gynecological cancer? A proposed $8 billion plan will pay those who believe they got sick from using talc products like Johnson's Baby Powder and Shower to Shower. Johnson & Johnson maintains its products are safe. You have until July 26, 2024 to vote to accept or reject the plan. For more information, visit officialtalcclaims.com or call 888-431-4056. Paid for by LLT Management, LLC.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds, which could be life-changing. I mean, you could put that money towards concert tickets for your daughter to see that singer who sings about painful breakups. And one song will inspire your little beauty to break up with that beast she's dating, Brian. Instead, she'll date someone who's nice and worthy of her love, not someone who addresses you and your spouse as bro. And it's all because you could save money switching at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Ellie, good morning. What's up?
Good morning, Marty. We now have an accident in Emsworth on Ohio River Boulevard near Terrace Drive, and emergency crews are on their way to the scene. And looking at the Cordell and Cordell traffic cameras on the Parkway East inbound, we have an accident reported after the Greenfield Bridge as you head into the city, so use caution as you approach that area. Over on the Parkway West, it is now our busiest area, both inbound and outbound, due to an earlier accident near Parkway Center Drive. So give yourself more time if you're headed to Pittsburgh International for holiday travel. No delays over on Route 28, and that looks good from the Highland Park Bridge to the north side. And the Parkway North is clear, but those HOV lanes are now closed on the inbound side. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDK.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A nice afternoon, sunshine mixed with some high clouds and warm. Our high temperature 84, then patchy clouds tonight, those 68. A mix of sun and clouds tomorrow with a hot and more humid afternoon, the high around 90. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
What's up, America? It's Rich Valdez. On tonight's show, Attorney General Emeritus from the state of Arizona, Mark Brnovich, joins us. Then it's time to talk about the Second Amendment with A.W.R. Hawkins on the next America at Night, tonight at 10 p.m. on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I am not a gun guy. I do not begrudge you paranoid gun owners. Live in fear. No, T actually nailed it, though. The proliferation of guns is lined up with the fear factor in America. Folks don't believe there's enough law and order. Folks believe they need guns. And we have the greatest explosion in gun sales in American history. And now, as Kenny Seibert pointed out, and I love him, every single public university in West Virginia, you're allowed to bring a gun. Fantastic report yesterday from Barry Pintar, KDKA TV. Barry, what's up, man?
Hey, Marty, how you doing?
That was fantastic. Illuminating.
Thank you.
Were you surprised by the fact that all these kids will have guns?
Yeah, you know what? I was, and there were a couple of different surprises. A couple that stick out is one, as you probably saw in the piece, I did talk to some students. Now, with some there weren't as many as I expected. Yep. But, you know, when you talk to that age group, I was expecting more pushback. And if you notice, when I spoke with the dean there, the dean of students, so we're talking about a big cheese on campus, who is also, by the way, part of the West Virginia Task Force on Guns. And I specifically asked him, I said, have you had any protests? Have you had any pushback from students? And he said, absolutely none. And I will tell you this, and I didn't get a chance to get into this in the piece because, of course, there was a lot to unpack here.
Right.
But when you're talking about a permit to carry, you're talking about 21 years old and older. So in reality, a large part of the student population won't even be old enough to take advantage of it. But nonetheless, all those who are 21 and older, plus a cafeteria worker, plus a maintenance worker, plus a professor, really anyone now can literally be packing on campus and no one would know it.
There's this pervasive feeling, though. Here we go, though. Redneck University, packing heat in West Virginia. Do they feel that? Do they know that?
Okay, so if you saw the piece, there was one female that I talked to, and she actually said to me, she said, you know, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but around here, we're okay with that. And, you know, I got to tell you, as someone who has worked in television news, I worked at two different stations in the West Virginia market, and West Virginia tends to push back on this. We're a bunch of Hicks image. Because, of course, when you get to Charleston and the Capitol and those types of things, that the whole state isn't that way. But the feeling that I got from chatting with the student body specifically was, you know, we're okay with that. That is a part of who we are, and we embrace that. So getting back to your original question, was I surprised? I have to say yes, I was very surprised at that attitude.
Patrick, how many states allow this now in their universities? Quite a high number.
Yeah. You know, we're just moving more and more toward that as we get into, you know, again, if you can get a permission to carry permit, you can carry. You know, there were boundaries, of course, as to where you can and where you cannot. But this legislation that was passed, I believe in, I'm going to say May or April or May or some point in 2023. So they've had a year to prepare for this. But when you get into these the broadening scope, the opening up of where you can and cannot, you know, West Virginia, again, they're just, like, as you mentioned, other states, they're just opening that door wider and wider and wider in terms of where it is and is not permissible. So in their example, for example, that I mentioned, you still can't take it to, like, let's say a football game. which would be dangerous because we see how people act at football games. You get a couple of beers in them. So they're trying to add boundaries to that. You can't take it into West Virginia Medical Center. You can't take it into a hospital. But you can take it into a classroom.
Wow.
What happens when the professor says something that makes you angry,
Wow.
You can take it into the dining hall. What happens when someone gets into a fight and tempers start flaring? Let's say it is a 21-year-old senior. So, yeah, they could have one right in their backpack and simply reach for it.
Makes me nervous, brothers. Great reporting. Thanks, Barry. You're my man.
No problem. Anytime. My pleasure.
Good stuff. He's the new guy. Does a hell of a job. Nick, go ahead, man. Thanks for your patience. Jump in here, Nick.
Well, I'm glad your reporter, Barry, straightened you out a little bit. You got to be 21 years old to have a concealed carry permit. So quit using the word kids to spin your audience. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you for schooling me. I went into great detail about age. Thanks, Nick. The adult in the room, Papa Nick. Janet, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, Marty.
Good morning.
Hi. My feeling is absolutely not. I still refer to my kids as my kids. They're over 18. They're over 21. But I was thinking too, even about hazing. You've got these kids being put through this crap. I mean, goodness gracious. I would never dream of sending my kid to school knowing that it's almost like they're enticing kids to come there because of the gun carry. So thank you for taking my call.
I don't like the idea. I don't think it's attractive. I don't think it's sexy. I think it's ridiculous. I think that we have too many guns already. And even though Patrick says a lot of states have now passed laws making them legal, I don't care. There's too many guns. As Tamara pointed out, 5.5 million sold already, 430 million guns in America, 1.1 guns for all men, women, and children. It might be a redundant point. It might be kind of a ridiculous waste of time, quite frankly, Patrick, because they already have concealed carry laws, so these kids are just bringing a gun on campus that they already had if they're 21.
And frankly, they might already be carrying them on campus.
So I mean,
you just don't know it.
Right.
Now, there are only 18 states that expressly prohibit carrying on campus.
In Pennsylvania still?
Pennsylvania is not, no. In Pennsylvania, it's up to the universities.
I see. I'm a man. I am not a gun guy. I don't begrudge gun people. I begrudge gun people that don't have training. From one of my boys, one of the best cops I know, do you think these students should have guns? Absolutely not. Quote, we have cops who shouldn't have guns. Here's my deal. I know a guy who was on the FBI SWAT team, one of the best shooters in the world. You know what he said? Marty, I ain't shooting someone running at me in a classroom. Marty, I ain't shooting someone in a crowded restaurant. Marty, I'm not shooting someone in a crowded cafeteria. Marty, I'm not shooting someone in a crowded football game. Marty, I don't think college students should be packing heat. But what the hell does he know? He's an FBI marksman. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellie, what's up?
Marty, emergency crews are still with the accident in Emsworth on Ohio River Boulevard near Terrace Drive, so use caution in that area. Over on the Parkway West, your delays begin as you approach the top of Green Tree Road down through Parkway Center Drive, where it is still very heavy as you approach the Fort Pitt tunnels. Over on the Parkway East, it looks like it's slow at Edgewood Swiss as you head into the Squirrel Hill tunnels. On I-79 northbound, it's very heavy at the northbound entrance. And over on the Parkway North, those HOV lanes outbound are still closed. With AAA traffic on the 5s, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Philo's got a world of entertainment for you to explore with just one subscription. Sign up today and start watching all the networks you love, like A&E, MTV, Discovery, VH1, TLC, Lifetime, Hallmark Channel, and so much more. Featuring current seasons of all the best drama, true crime, reality, and family-friendly shows you can't afford to miss. And with up to 3 streams at once, you'll never have to fight about what to watch. Get started today and unlock our library of over 75,000 movies and shows, and save all your favorites with the unlimited DVR, so you can rewatch them anytime, anywhere, for up to a year. Philo now includes access to AMC Plus. You can discover your next obsession from its collection of hit originals like Mad Men, The Walking Dead, Killing Eve, Orphan Black, and tons of blockbuster movies. There are no contracts, no commitments, and no hassles. For just $28 a month, Philo's a better way to watch TV. So what are you waiting for? Visit philo.tv and sign up today to start your 7-day free trial. That's philo.tv.
John Perry is one of my close friends. He's also one of the best attorneys in the country. Medical malpractice, catastrophic injury, Rosen and Perry. Look at the results, man. Look at the accolades. I've had family members go there. I've had friends go there because of their success. Serious about this. They are the professionals. Rosen and Perry. 412-281-4200. Rosen and Perry. Call them. Ask for John. 412-281-4200.
We all know baseball is a long season. I'm Brett Boone from the Brett Boone Podcast. This summer, take a trip down memory lane with me and hear from the legends of the game. So far this year, I've had conversations with Randy Johnson, Pete Rose, Deion Sanders. Plus, every week we look at the state of Major League Baseball, which teams are exceeding expectations, which ones are struggling to meet them. Follow and listen to the Brett Boone Podcast on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey guys, Marty. Had 2 great meals with my wife in the last month. Both of them at Oakmont. Both of them at restaurants owned by my good friend J.K. the Man. Okay, the Lot. I'm not exaggerating. The best brunch I've ever had at the Lot. I'm serious. The best dinner I've had in a year. Hofstadt's. They're in the same town. They're on the same strip. They're owned by the same man. The Lot and Hofstadt's. J.K. delivers. Great stuff.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing company.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends. Weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Using credit cards could soon become a hassle in Pennsylvania. Some in the legislature are considering a multi-million-dollar giveaway to corporate megastores and may force you to pay for parts of your purchase in cash, while small businesses will have to manage an accounting nightmare. This mandate could also expose information about the private purchases you make. Prevent credit card chaos at guardyourcard.com/Pennsylvania. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
UPMC saved my life. It's just the truth. And when I had cancer. And now they prolong my life. Seriously. I have been in what's called swallow therapy. I had choked 4 times. Heimlich maneuver 4 times. Now, nothing. Now, clear path. Now, I feel safe and secure with the therapy I received at UPMC. It's an amazing place. Life-saving, life-changing information. UPMC.
Do you know what the scariest sound to hear on a factory floor is? Silence. That means something somewhere broke. Production has stopped, and now you're paying your workers to wait while the team troubleshoots and tries to fix the problem. Finally, there's a proactive way to reduce equipment downtime, thanks to MaintainX. MaintainX is the asset management system that brings your maintenance downtime to 0. MaintainX lets you build preventative maintenance schedules, manage work orders in real time, and access the data you need to make better decisions. Downtime equals death in the production world, so make unplanned downtime a thing of the past. Try MaintainX for free. Control the daily operations of your business and transform your maintenance program by going to maintainx.com. That's maintain and the letter X.com.
Here's your Jill on Money question of the day.
Brian from Texas asks, do you have a rule of thumb as to how much money people should have outside of retirement accounts versus inside traditional retirement accounts? No rules of thumb here, Brian. It really does depend on each person's situation. Any money in tax-deferred accounts will eventually be forced out by Uncle Sam. That's through required minimum distributions. Having a mix of some money that has already been taxed alongside those assets that have not yet been taxed might help you better manage your taxes in the future.
Have a question? Go to JillOnMoney.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your car, home, motorcycle, commercial auto, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com.
Everything you need, every time you listen. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I'm not a gun guy. I don't begrudge you for buying guns. Not that you care. I do think it's idiotic if you buy a gun for your 21-year-old college student and they have no training. I do think it's idiotic if you buy a gun for your college student and they're in a situation where they're around a lot of folks that are partying all the time and a lot of folks that have access to that gun. I do. If you buy a gun for your college student to bring to campus and they have no training and they have no gun safe and it's not put in a safe environment in a dorm or a fraternity, I think it's idiotic and moronic. West Virginia University. The last thing it needs right now is publicity for being known as Gun U. Look, man. West Virginia University has seen a precipitous drop in enrollment, more than a third. West Virginia University cut nearly 50 majors. West Virginia University is in trouble. And at the end of the day, if I'm sitting there with my daughters and we're trying to make a decision on college campuses, I'm serious about this, and I read that West Virginia is one of those schools that promotes guns in the hands of students, I ain't going there. I'm not sending my kid there. So how many shootings do we have in America in relation to shootings on campuses? About 10,000 shootings in America so far this year. 9 on college campuses. Now look, 9 is 9 too many. However, 9 of 10,000, okay, is 0.00001%. My point is, you ain't sending your kid to Baghdad. My point is, you ain't sending your kid to Ukraine. My point is, if you're going to school to learn, what are you teaching your kids? If you're sending them there with this mentality that they might need a weapon to defend themselves on that particular campus. I'm trying to think of why I would do that. So, sex assaults are up on campuses. So are you telling me, I'm just trying to keep it real, that you're going to buy a gun for your daughter Are you telling me that you're going to give her that gun with no training and no safe lock? And you're telling me that you're going to tell her that if somebody tries to sexually assault her, she's willing to kill them? Kill. Because generally when you buy a gun, it's not a toy. So we're sending our kids off to college like we would send our young men and women off to war, with the knowledge that the weapon that we've trained them to use, because if I was going to do this, I would make sure my daughter or son was trained. So we're sending them off to college with the knowledge and the power to kill someone in a classroom or in the cafeteria or in the dorms. Is that as good as it gets? Is that where we're at in America? I hope to hell not. I hope to hell we're in a better place where I could feel okay. As soon as I brought this up with my daughters, they went nuts. I would never, ever carry a gun on campus, Dad. Samantha, I'll give you the last word. What say you? Are you comfortable with a gun in your purse headed to poli-sci class?
Absolutely not.
Why?
That would make me extremely uncomfortable.
And everybody else?
What, I just think of why do you need a gun in class?
Because remember, if you have that gun, you got to be willing to kill someone.
There are other ways to defend yourself that aren't guns.
I would hope. It's Marty. We talked about cancer. We talked about how it throws off your balance. I'm at Physical in Monroeville. Physical, folks. Dr. Jess Nolan is amazing at the office in Monroeville. They put you in a harness. They teach you how to walk again. I feel stronger. I feel as if I'm getting my balance back. Physical in Monroeville. 412-457-8200. 412-457-8200.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
If you're turning 65 and have questions about Medicare, Aetna can help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-2862, TTY 711 to learn more.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-578-2415. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-578-2415 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. That's 800-578-2415. To see if you qualify, that's 800-578-2415.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Partly cloudy and 75 at 11 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. TSA officers have intercepted another firearm at Pittsburgh International. A West Virginia couple was caught Monday bringing a loaded handgun through a checkpoint. The man's gun was in the woman's carry-on bag. She told officials she didn't know it was among her belongings. Allegheny County Police confiscated the weapon. Where does Pennsylvania rank in the U.S. for guns sold in 2023? News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush has the numbers.
Pennsylvania ranked fourth in the country for guns sold in 2023 and for guns sold between January and April 2024, according to an analysis by Safe Homes. But the Commonwealth's large population may have a lot to do with that. Pennsylvania is the fifth most populated state in the nation, with a population of over 12.9 million. Pew Research data shows a third of Americans say they personally own a gun. That statistic reflects the deep-rooted culture of gun ownership in the U.S. Another report found that in the first 4 months of 2024, nearly 5.5 million firearms were purchased in the country. The top three states that sold the most guns in 2023 are California, Florida, with Texas coming in at number one. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
A record travel week is ramping up, with AAA predicting almost 70 million people on the move, mostly in autos. Today's going to be hectic on the roads, and tomorrow will be busiest. The Biden administration has sold off 1 million barrels of gas from the National Reserve just ahead of the holiday. CBS's Michael Toscano talked with a White House official.
Congress mandated the government sell off and close the reserve, part of the deal to keep the government from shutting down in March. Still, Biden Energy Security Coordinator Amos Hochstein says knocking down the price of gas a bit will have a helpful ripple effect.
The cost of gasoline and diesel, when it goes up, it also impacts food prices. And when it comes down, it affects food prices as well.
The 42 million gallons of gas will mostly benefit the Northeast, with the supply getting into local pumps these next few days. Michael Toscano, CBS News, Washington.
Nearly 2 weeks after a major cyber attack on a company providing software services for car dealers, thousands of dealers across the country are still not fully functioning. Since the ransomware attack on KDKA Global in June, some auto dealers have reverted to doing business with pen and paper. Charles Carmichael with Mandiant Consulting says recovering from a hack takes time.
It's incredibly common for organizations that deal with enterprise-wide intrusions to need several weeks, perhaps even a month or maybe a few months, to be able to really recover their business operation.
CDK says it expects clients to have full access to the company's management platform by no later than July 4th. KDKA Sports, the Pirates open a 3-game series at home against the Cardinals. Mitch Keller's tonight's starter coverage starts at 5:45 on 93.7 The Fan. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 7 points at 39,163. The Nasdaq is up 42, and the S&P is ahead by 4 points now. The news is brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick. For your perfect new roof and a lifetime warranty, trust PJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:03. Partly cloudy and 75 in Pittsburgh now. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast next.
Summer's on, and so are the deals at Target's 4th of July sale. Let's go. Celebrate with 30% off 12 packs of soda when you buy 3 with Target Circle. Or get Doritos chips on sale, 2 for $6. I love it. Then make it a party with sprinkles. Select favorite day treats dressed in red, white, and blue are 20% off with Target Circle, and save even more. We've lowered prices on many summer faves like Up and Up sunscreen, Tillamook ice cream, Honest Kids juice boxes, and more. Target's 4th of July sale ends Saturday. Restrictions apply. I love it.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-902-5454. 800-902-5454.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
This is Dr. Shufo from the Weight Loss and Wellness Center. I'm here to ask you if you'd like to make some positive changes in your body and health. If your answer involves weight loss, then I indeed can help. You can have that excess weight off in a matter of months. It'll be you and me throughout the process, everyday food, supplements, and accountability. Stop putting very important things off and call me today at 1-800-900-THIN. It could be a difference between life and death.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, traffic powered by Bowser. Ellie, what's up out there?
Hey, Marty, I'm looking at the Cordell and Cordell traffic cameras, and over on the Parkway West outbound, traffic is very heavy as you make your way down Green Tree Hill, heading towards Carnegie. And as you continue on the Parkway, there is moving road work between exit exit 56 and McLaren Road. So there will be traffic disruptions, and you will need to give yourself extra time if you're traveling to Pittsburgh International. On I-79 northbound, it is very heavy at Moon Run down through the S-Bends, and road work has begun on 65 northbound between exit I-79 South Washington and 8th Street. So there are lane restrictions there. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellie Pop, Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine this afternoon will be mixed with some high clouds. Our high temperature warming to 84. And fair skies tonight with a low about 68. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds, a hot, more humid afternoon, high 90. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Kevin Hart here. Guys, I'm here to tell you to try my tequila, Gran Cormino. My añejo is finished in cognac barrels. So smooth. My Cristalino, a.k.a. the Mino Lino, is crystal clear with sweet berry finish. Gran Cormino is a tequila made with hustle and heart. You get it? $1 from every bottle you buy supports a small business in your community. Now do me a favor and get out there and buy my Gran Cormino tequila. It's 40% alcohol by volume. Jersey City, New Jersey.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Look, man, excuse me. So my daughters, they follow these influencers, the Kardashians. Kim owns Erin Abazi's sitting here. What is it? Skims?
Yeah.
Skims.
Yeah, you got it.
$1 billion company.
Mm-hmm.
Good product.
Great product.
What's the other one? Chloe does the eye stuff. Makeup, right?
Kylie has makeup.
Kylie.
Yeah.
You buy it?
Mm-hmm.
You buy both of them?
Yeah.
They influence you.
Definitely.
Right?
They do.
So I'm fascinated by this. These women have power.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you agree?
Totally.
These influencers have influence, right?
Yeah.
What's happened, and Patrick, you've seen this, the same thing is happening in stocks, right?
Absolutely.
So lay out for me, because this is actually fascinating. This guy, you got to see this movie if you get the chance, folks, called Dumb Money. It's about this guy, Keith Gill. By the way, has a background in trading.
He's a hedge fund guy.
Yep.
Licensed trader once upon a time. I think he still is, actually. And, you know, the one he's famous for is GameStop.
Blew it up.
It went from a nothing dog of a stock to blowing up
$800
overnight.
a share.
Yeah, exactly.
He has 9 million Chewy shares now. and what did he do this week, Patrick? You know, this is where I got to grab Carrie, because this is blowing me away what's happening now.
Yeah, so he didn't do one of his live streams on this. He posted a picture on Twitter, on X, of a dog.
Of a dog?
A cartoon character dog.
A dog. Carrie Coghill, you're hearing this, right?
Yes, I am.
Coghill Investment Strategies. By the way, she's the best in the market. Amazing intellect with this stuff. But this is nuts, is it not, Carrie?
It's gambling.
It's weird, too, is it not?
Well, I mean, it's different, right?
Yeah.
It's the way the world has evolved. And we're seeing it all over the place. And you mentioned it with your girls. You know, we go to the internet for information, and we have to be careful about who we're following and what we're believing. It's not a one-size-fits-all, and it's impacting every part of our lives, whether it's influencers or now you're also going to have artificial intelligence.
Right on.
So consumers need to be more and more cautious about what information they're taking in and what information they're accepting. I think in the case of Keith Gill, you know, I've said this before, the markets can be used for two things, to invest or to speculate.
Nice.
And clearly people are using him to speculate. They are believing in his ability to influence others. The wide swings of, you mentioned Chewy, and the wide swings of what that price has done of the stock really speaks to the fact that people are getting in They're day trading it. They're getting in, they're making a quick buck, and they're selling it.
Carrie, I got to be honest, this scares the hell out of me. So people are sitting there waiting for this young man, whether you like him or not, whether he's credible or not, to make a decision. Then what Carrie said is poignant. They gamble their money, hoping that him posting a picture of a cat, of all things, I'm going to put my $100 in the morning. It's going to jump to 300 that I'm getting out, right? That's the plan, in essence.
Yep. Yes. That's exactly, and you can see it reflected in the price and the volume of the stock.
Carrie, is that prudent, my friend?
It depends on the person, right? Like, if you're a gambler and this is money that's play money that you can lose, who am I to say what's right or wrong?
Well, I don't know. What do you mean you're an expert? You are to say. And I think we need people like you with a sense of intelligence and a history and a background to say, hey, be careful. Be careful out there. You're lighting yourself on fire. You might not be able to put it out, right?
Right. Like if you came to me, Marty, and you said, what do you think about me putting money in Chewy? I would say to you, well, Marty, what are you trying to accomplish with this money? Is this money that you're going to need? What's your time frame? We can't discount the fact and we can't ignore the fact that people are using the stock market for speculation. It's only going to get worse considering who's going to be the next Keith Gill.
She's right.
And we've talked about this before.
She's right.
What's the difference between what he's doing and what Jim Cramer's doing?
No, you're right. So, Carrie, I got a question. So I need to know from you. So let's say, is that legal? So can Carrie Coghill post this morning, buy JCPenney stock, and then everybody buys it with the hope that it jumps? Is that legal for you to do that? To push one stock like that?
Well, because I am a registered and licensed advisor, I cannot do that.
So he can't.
So the point really comes down to this, and I think this is the question that the courts are going to have to answer when it comes to, we've talked about this before. What's the difference between Keith Gill and what's the difference between Jim Cramer?
Right on.
There are rules against manipulating stock price.
Wow.
So who's going to make that determination about his intention to manipulate a stock price? Clearly, his case is, hey, listen, I'm just communicating my opinion.
Come on.
If people want to follow my opinion, then they can follow it. So I think Marty, you and I both know that for us, this isn't right. This doesn't make sense.
Right.
A lot of innocent people lose money. But the reality is that you have to prove that he is manipulating the stock price. And I know there's a lot of litigation surrounding what he's doing, but it's very subjective because is Jim Cramer manipulating stock prices? Just because he doesn't wear a headband and have long hair, is he as dangerous as Keith Gill?
And
I would not.
And are the new influencers risking your entire savings because they hit one time, right?
Yeah, that's where the danger comes in. And I've talked to a lot of young people about this that have jumped on this bandwagon.
Oh, yeah.
And fortunately, the feedback that I'm getting is that they know that they can lose their money. This is a game to them. They're putting money in and taking a chance with it. And my hope, what I can do as an advisor, is just make sure that people understand that this is really speculation. And you have to be careful who you listen to. And that's across the board, right? That goes from Keith Gill to any advisor that you may work with. You have to know and understand what their level of expertise is. I can guarantee you that Keith Gill does not have the best interest of his followers at heart.
Hell no. And I'll tell you what they do. It's actually fascinating, Carrie. And my boy Billy sent me this name of this series. They present themselves as warriors. And then what they're doing to you is, and folks like me, eat the rich. Let's get them. Let's get them at their own game, right?
That's exactly how this whole thing started.
Amazing.
Is that he feels that he's representing the little guy by showing that he can affect the big guys.
And when the little
And
guy
that's
loses
how-
his money, does he have it to give back?
Well, that's the consequence of his strategy.
Right on.
Is that it is her? You know, it's a market timing thing. You can get lucky and get in Chewy in the morning and get out in the afternoon and maybe make some money. But what if you didn't sell? What if you got in and you didn't sell at the right time? It's just a risky game, and that's what people need to understand.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's so. Tell me, I'm curious, Marty, from you, like, what's your perspective on it? Like, what do you think?
Run, Forrest, run. It's a load of crap. Come on. No way. I'm calling you. Not
I
paying
mean,
attention to him. Forget it. Not happening.
Well, for people that want to invest their money, they need to know that, you know, what he's doing is not an investment strategy.
Right, Ann.
But again, you might not want to hear this, but for people that are willing to lose their money and take a chance, you know, there are a lot of people that speculate with the market.
You're right.
And as an advisor, we need to understand that. We need to understand that, you know, hey, I get calls a lot. People saying, hey, what do you think of this stock? It went up 3,000%. And I'm like, well, someone got lucky.
Right on.
You know, like, I'm investing in companies. I'm not investing in, you know, speculative opinions.
I'm fascinated by it. Carrie Cocker, you're the
What
best.
bothers me about this is that he was a licensed
That's right.
advisor.
That's right. So he has
And
cred.
that's what bothers
That's right. She's right.
It's
amazing.
one thing that if, like, you know, whomever is out there giving their opinions, but in my opinion, he should know better. He should know that his influence is really having an impact on the stock price. And in my opinion, that was the intention in the beginning with GameStop.
Carrie Cocker, you're the best. It's fantastic stuff. He likes to light himself on fire and enjoys the spotlight. Thank you, Carrie.
All right, you're welcome, Marty.
Man, scary. Scary. From the PJ Fitzpatrick. Scary. Don't do it. Don't do it. Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Ellie, what's up?
Hi, Marty. The HOV lanes on the Parkway North are now open, and I'm looking over on the Parkway West. That continues to be our heavy spot this morning as we have cars hitting their brakes coming down Parkway Center Drive, entering the Fort Pitt tunnels. And on the outbound side, it is heavy but moving as you make your way to Carnegie, continuing to the Campbell's Run Road, heading to Pittsburgh International. On I-79 northbound, it is very heavy, starting at Moon Run, down through the S-Bends, nearing the Neville Island Bridge. And over on the Parkway East, Edgewood-Swissville is still slow but steady, making your way into the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Why is Navage perfect for allergy sufferers? Rhino Systems Medical Director Dr. Howard Levine explains.
If someone's exposed to allergens, they can get rid of those immediately by washing out the nose. Navage works by pulling saline in one nostril, through the nose and out the other nostril, sucking out allergens, mucus, dust, and germs. Experience on-the-spot relief so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier.
Navage is available at Sam's Club, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or online at Navage.com. Navage. Breathe easy.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do
Let's play something, Grandma.
became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-515-4402. 800-515-4402. 800-515-4402.
Look, there have been so many tornadoes. We've seen more tornadoes than in decades. Here's the deal. With branches down, trees down, when you need emergency service, when you need somebody that's going to take care of business with your trees, with your branches, with the damage, you got to call Greater Pitt Tree Service, the best in the game. They're there with the professionals, with the equipment, with the training. Amazing service. Greater Pitt Tree Service. 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
Join Mark Patrick's seminars Lose the Weight, Stop Smoking, Early Bird Special, $49.99. Seminars Monday, July 8th at the Doubletree by Hilton Hotel Pittsburgh and Green Tree, or Tuesday, July 9th at the Comfort Inn Conference Center in Churchill. Weight loss, 5:30 p.m. Stop Smoking Seminar, 8.
Does your ginger beer suffer from a lack of bite and spice you expect from a ginger beer? Do your Moscow mules taste watered down? Then find yourself Jamaica's Finest ginger beer. Made with all-natural ginger root oils, Jamaica's Finest provides you with that clean, intense ginger flavor you expect. Aromatic and spicy as if you were biting into a fresh piece of ginger, Jamaica's Finest ginger beer is refreshing on its own or perfect for any back porch beverage. Sure to become a permanent fixture in your Frigidaire, look for us in any Giant Eagle or Giant Eagle Market District, the gold standard of ginger beers, Jamaica's Finest.
Need to hire quality candidates fast? You need Indeed. Their video interview tool makes it easy and effortless to meet with candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
I love this investment stuff. I am not someone who gets online and does day trading. I know people that do. That's the problem. I think it's a gambling thing, but there are guys that make a living from it. Very stressful. I kind of do the long haul thing. And actually, I trust Kerry Coghill, quite frankly. So, there you go. This Gill guy, that movie, you got to see it. It's fascinating how thousands and thousands of young people, millions, bought that. The company was in the crapper. And this guy decided to save GameStop and drove the stock price up to at one point, over $700. As Samantha points out, was it a Pittsburgh waitress lost $50,000?
Nurse. I can't remember the exact amount, but I remember in the movie she was the one that lost money.
He lost a lot. And Patrick, the relationship, this is actually fascinating what you found in the break.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. So the CEO of GameStop,
right?
There's a relation between him and Chewy, the stock that's exploding now. He actually is the founder of Chewy, the current CEO of GameStop.
Wow.
So this may be no coincidence here.
But it's fascinating.
Completely.
I don't know, man. Doug, thanks for your patience. Go ahead, man.
Hey, Marty, you and I are old guys, so we'll remember this. But, like people like Carlton Sheets that sold these real estate investment programs.
I remember that.
Those guys made far more money off of selling their videos and books than they ever did making real estate.
True.
And a lot of people don't even know that.
True.
Yep.
So,
I mean, it's the same thing. It's just the modern day, influencer.
Some say it's a con game. I don't do that kind of investing. Do you?
No, not at all.
High risk. I'm sitting here Kind of a breaking news thing, and I'll get into this more tomorrow. Patrick, what do we have here, this poll? I'm sitting here reading a poll involving Ed Gainey, right?
Yeah, this is looking ahead. It's research into the 2025 Democratic primary for the Pittsburgh mayoral election.
Because so people know this, there's heavy conversations about A, can Gainey win again? And B, quite frankly, one name, Corey O'Connor.
Yep.
Bob O'Connor's son, he's the current controller. He's actually a good guy. Everybody knows him, everybody loves him. I was texting him on Sunday about the Central Catholic golfer, quite frankly, because he was the golf coach at Central Catholic. So, I got this exclusive poll that if I was Ed Gainey, Patrick, I would be a little nervous if I saw these numbers. Would you not agree?
Oh, I would say so.
So, let's go through these. Re-elect Gainey, opinion. Don't re-elect, 37%. Re-elect, 42%. Right direction, wrong track.
No, Marty, the undecided on that is
22.
Is a big piece.
Yeah. I don't know. I think don't re-elect of almost 40% is kind of a bad thing for Ed. Right direction, wrong track. The city's in the right direction, on the wrong track. Right direction, 39%. Wrong track, 33%. Unsure, 28%. Check this out, Patrick. Well, you're looking at the same thing. Ed Gainey, opinion. You want to read that?
Yep. Favorable, 41%. Unfavorable, 34%. Unsure, 24%. That's a big question mark.
It is. Rachel Heisler. No one even knew her. It's actually fascinating.
And she's coming up 28% favorable.
I like her. Very intelligent.
Only 10% of the people they surveyed here, found her unfavorable.
She's the controller right now. Fetterman. Fetterman opinion, which is actually funny. Favorable, 57%. Unfavorable, 30%. Summerlee, favorable, 56%. Unfavorable, 33%. So Ed Gainey's unfavorable numbers are much higher than both Fetterman's and Summerlee's, right?
I would say so. And looking at the number of people that are favorable for Fetterman and Summerlee, I would guesstimate that this is probably that more progressive crowd. So these are the people that elected him in the first place.
So here's also interesting. So Ed Gainey's numbers, favorable 41%. Corey O'Connor, favorable 53%. Much higher. Ed Gainey's unfavorable number, 34%. Corey O'Connor's unfavorable number, 7%. Vastly different.
Wow.
I'm told, and I'm going to have to find out, rating for Ed Gainey, excellent, 14%. Good, 27%. Fair, 26%. Poor, 29%. Check this out. This is actually fascinating. Gainey versus O'Connor. We'll do that after the break. All right? All right.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie. When you use Angie for your home projects, you know all your jobs will be done well. Roof repair? Done well. Kitchen sink install? Done well. Deck upgrades? Done well. Electrical upgrade? Done well. Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for nearly 30 years, so we know the difference between done and done well. Hire high-quality, certified pros at Angie.com.
You're in hot water, mister.
What'd I do?
I told you months ago our utility bills were getting higher because of that old outdated tank water heater.
Maybe it's time we finally switch to a Navien tankless.
Learn about Navien's high-efficiency tankless water heaters, endless hot water, all while helping you save on your energy costs.
Hey, look at this. Our utility bill is lower since we got the Navien tankless water heater.
Who's in hot water now?
We are, all the time.
Learn more at tanklessmadesimple.com.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
75 and partly cloudy at 11:30. I'm Paul Rasmussen. 7 voters, the NAACP and the Center for Coalfield Justice, are suing Washington County's commissioners over a policy adopted for this year's primary in which people with disqualified mail-in ballots were not informed in time to fix errors. The 7 voters who are suing all had mail-in ballots invalidated because of incomplete or missing dates. One also failed to sign the exterior envelope. Another signed in the wrong place. The lawsuit seeks to have Washington County's current policy declared unconstitutional. There are new developments in the recent discovery of a man's body in a car pulled from the Allegheny River in Springdale. With the details, here's News Radio KDKA's Tamira Rush.
Authorities have not officially identified the remains. However, the Post-Gazette is reporting that the license plate on the car found underwater matches that of the Mazda linked to Bunny Lee, who was 78 when he was last seen at his East Liberty home in 2013. Police at the time said Mr. Lee had dementia and might have been confused and disoriented. A dive team out of Murraysville found the car during a training exercise. Springdale police pulled the car from the river and found human remains inside. Anyone with information concerning this incident is asked to call the county police tip line. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
A teen from Monessen has been sentenced to prison time after pleading guilty to shooting and killing 16-year-old Amari Altimore nearly 2 years ago. 17-year-old Terry Newton was sentenced Monday to 7.5 to 25 years in prison for voluntary manslaughter and an additional 6 months on firearms charges. Altimore was shot in a bedroom at Newton's home in November 2022. The standout football player died a short time later at a hospital. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 9 points at 39,178. The Nasdaq is up 59 points, and the S&P is now up 9. KDKA Radio News Time, 11:32. Our next update at noon on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
Hey folks, it's Marty. The huge 4th of July sale going on now at Levin Furniture and Mattress Stores. Love this. The deals are incredible for my friend Robert Levin. Start by saving 25% store-wide. Save even more on doorbusters. Sofas as low as $399. Wow. Lazy Boy recliners, $395. Plus, 5 years special financing with no money down. Minimum purchase of $24.99. 25% off store-wide. 5 years special financing. Love it. Robert Levin Furniture, the best.
It's the City of Pittsburgh Independence Day celebration. Enjoy free family activities, musical entertainment, fantastic food, and more at Point State Park. July 4th beginning at 4. Check out the Family Fun Zone, music, Veterans Wellness Corner, plus festivities across the river along the North Shore. The main attraction, fireworks, begin at 9:35 p.m. Tune to 100.1 FM for the Fireworks Bonanza Mix from TJ the DJ, presented by People's Natural Gas and brought to you by Phil DiLucente and Associates in South Hills, Lincoln. Details at KDKARadio.com.
Using credit cards could soon become a hassle in Pennsylvania. Some in the legislature are considering a multi-million-dollar giveaway to corporate megastores and may force you to pay for parts of your purchase in cash, while small businesses will have to manage an accounting nightmare. This mandate could also expose information about the private purchases you make. Prevent credit card chaos at guardyourcard.com/Pennsylvania. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Hi, Paul Alexander here. Did you get in on that Awaken 180 challenge to drop 40 by the 4th? If so, congratulations. You've reached your goal this week. Went by fast, didn't it? If you've been sitting on the sidelines and haven't started Awaken 180 yet, what's holding you back? The results are real, and they come quickly. I dropped 35 pounds in 6.5 weeks. Paul Zeiss, Chris Muller, listeners, Donnie Football, and a number of my friends have had the very same result with Awaken 180. 100% success all the way across the board. The deal is simple. You set real measurable goals, then you literally watch the pounds fall right off. I was losing about 5 to 8 pounds a week. So think about it. How much weight do you want to lose? And then do the math. Whatever your goal, bring it to Awaken 180 and smash it just like we did. Reserve your virtual at-home consultation or in person at their brand new Mars location. Online at Awaken 180 Weight Loss, or give them a call, 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800. 1800.
Retirement doesn't have to be complicated. Are you sick of all the fancy charts and investment mumbo-jumbo thrown at you to justify the Wall Street fees you're being charged? It's not the size of your nest egg that matters, but rather the income it can produce. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons, best-selling author and star in a brand new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception. In this film, we traveled over 20,000 miles interviewing real Americans who have retired successfully with a great lifestyle and peace of mind. They share their stories on how they get more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and the money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even the super wealthy are shifting money into this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you are over 50 and want a bigger, better, stress-free retirement, call today to speak to a specialist and get a free copy of this brand new movie, The Retirement Deception. Call 888-379-1486. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free. So don't delay. Call right now. 888-379-1486. 888-379-1486.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick over the traffic center, police traffic car by Bowser. Ellie, what's up?
Hey, Marty, in Plumboro, we just got word of an accident at Leechburg Road and Shearer Road. I'll have more information on my next report. And traffic on the Parkway West outbound is heavy but moving as you near Carnegie. Inbound, you're slow but steady, making your way down Parkway Center Drive to the Fort Pitt tunnels. Over on Route 28, inbound, it looks clear from the Highland Park Bridge down to the north side, and the Parkway North is clear as well. And road work has begun in O'Hara Township on Freeport Road and Fox Chapel Road in both directions, so there are lane restrictions. With relay traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
We'll see sunshine through some high clouds the rest of today with a warmer afternoon high of 84. Patchy clouds tonight, though 68. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds that'll become hot and more humid with a high near 90. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
What's up, America? It's Rich Valdez. On tonight's show, Attorney General Emeritus from the state of Arizona, Mark Brnovich, joins us. Then it's time to talk about the Second Amendment with A.W.R. Hawkins on the next America at Night, tonight at 10 p.m. on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
So, I've heard from insiders that polling, this is some polling done, that we have obtained, shows that Gainey is, not my words, theirs, Gainey is quote-unquote in trouble. Okay? And I've been told that the players in this town, the rich guys with power and juice, got this big pot, metaphoric, please, and they're putting money in it to run Corey O'Connor. He's the county controller. He was the city controller. His dad was mayor. He was a city councilman. Central Catholic golf coach. Very nice. His mother was wonderful. His father was wonderful. He's all over the place in terms of getting out. He gets out there as much as fits. So, I get a hold of this poll. Hey, Patrick, let's go over some of these numbers. Again, so, opinion of Ed Gainey, favorable, 41%. Unfavorable, 34%. By the way, that might sound like a high number. It's not even close to how bad the numbers are for Biden and, in some cases, Trump. So people know this, quite frankly. People can't stand them, about half the public. Corey O'Connor, but here's what's fascinating. Gainey opinion, favorable, 41%. Unfavorable, 34%. Unsure, 24%. Corey O'Connor opinion, favorable, 53%. Much higher than the mayor. Unfavorable, 7%. Extremely lower than the mayor's number. Unsure, 32%. Okay? Now, question number, I guess they asked him 12 questions. Patrick, you know anything about this company, this polling company?
I was just pulling up some information on them.
Yeah.
Apparently, political polling is kind of that's their bread and butter.
Oh, I see.
That's what they do.
I see.
So if you're looking at data on candidates going forward and where things stand, they're one of the companies that people turn to. I was actually just looking over their X page.
Actually fascinating here. In terms of opinions, Josh Shapiro's favorable number, 78%. That's unbelievably high. No wonder they want to run him for president. Ed Gainey, rating, excellent, 14%, very low. Good, 27%. Fair, 26%. Poor, 29%. All right, so if you run Gainey versus O'Connor, again, this is a very early poll, and this election wouldn't be until May of 2025, but they're getting money going now. O'Connor, 37%. Drum roll, please. Gainey, 37%. Undecided, 25%.
Wow.
My man Jim, how are you? Jim, you surprised?
No.
No.
But I can see. Well, I can see that this poll is skewed, and I'm going to tell you why I know.
Yeah.
Because number one, look at the Zappala vote. Look how low it is.
Hold on.
That tells me.
Hold on. Zappala, favorable, 33%. Unfavorable, 35%.
Right. That tells me this poll is geared to his own voters, the progressives. That tells it right there. You can also see that O'Connor beats him because this poll included Squirrel Hill, where his dad, God rest him, was very popular.
Nice.
And Corey's very well liked as well. So this is a tell to me.
So you have a political background. So people know you're just not some idiot. You have a political background to this stuff, right?
Well, 40 years, I've served in every capacity the Democrat Party has to offer, from state committee to executive committee, and I was an elected county official for more than a decade, so I know a little bit about it.
I love you. So the buzz, and there is a legit buzz, and you know this, right, is that Gainey is vulnerable. Is that a fair buzz, sir?
Oh, absolutely he's vulnerable, but it has to be strategic the way you beat him.
How is that?
Well, because what's going to happen here, we'll use Corey as an example. If he gets in this race in the primary, you're going to see a half a dozen dreamers that are going to get in this race and split his vote up.
Oh.
And that's how the progressives will win the primary. Now, what we did with Dick Caligiuri back in the day is we skipped the primary so that when Forrester and Lynch and all them ran and split that vote up, we got them in the fall head-to-head. We got all those people for us, and we got the Republicans in the city to be for us. And the rest is history. Dick never got beat again. Never got beat.
He was a monolith. A very cool guy, too, by the way. Very charming. I was a little kid, but he was wonderful, man. All right, so everyone that I know that has any money is putting their money into back Corey O'Connor. Are you hearing the same thing?
I am. My phone's been ringing off the hook.
Has it?
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying what to you, sir?
They're saying that we'd like to run Corey and this and that. And again, I've been cautioning people, you've got to be careful about the primary, because I know what they're going to do. They're going to put spoilers in that race and split that vote up, because that progressive race, for fear of losing it in the SEIU and them, they're going to get together and hold their block vote and hope to split his vote up.
Well, this is a brilliant assessment. So what would Corey have to do to win the mayor's race against Gainey in 2020?
What he should do is like we did. He should be O'Connor for Pittsburgh, skip the primary, get him head-to-head in the fall. I'm sure the Republicans would love to be for him as well.
Hold on. So put him on both tickets like Zappala?
I don't even think you'll need to, because I don't think the Republicans would field anyone against Corey in the fall. They'd be just so happy to get him out of there, because Corey's a good dude. He'll work with anybody. He's very lovable.
So hold on. What do they run him as? Hold on. If he doesn't enter the primary, how does he run as a Democrat?
You start your own committee like we did with Caligiuri. Like when Caligiuri ran, it was Pittsburghers for Caligiuri. So all you got to do is you go in the election board, you open up a fall independent campaign, Pittsburghers for O'Connor. He'll polarize all that vote against Gainey, and Gainey will be on the street in January.
Oh. See, I love you, man. That's why I'm calling you. I had no idea that's how that worked. So he doesn't...
yeah, because Go ahead, I'm
so
sorry.
he doesn't run as a Democrat because he couldn't, because he wasn't in the primary, so he runs as Pittsburghers for Corey as an independent.
Absolutely. In fact, the test case was what we did with Dick Caligiuri. Because if Dick would have ran in that primary, you had Forrester, you had Jack Lynch, you had Frank Lucchino. The vote was so split up. That's how Forrester won the primary. But when you got all those people together and the Republicans in the fall, Dick beat Tom Forrester. And this is the same situation. Because if he goes into that, Marty, I'll guarantee you there'll be a half a dozen lunatics on that ballot, too. And like I always tell people, nobody gets zero in a primary.
Wow.
And those.
I love
so
it.
that's how, if he does that, believe me, Gainey and his crew will be out the door, and we'll get some plumbers in the city.
And so before I let you go, so you're hearing the same thing I am. The big money guys are getting ready to give a big pot of money to Corey if he wants to do this.
Oh, yeah, because I got a lot of my friends that have money are calling me and asking me about the investment of doing it, and my advice to them is what I just told you and your public.
Oh, man. Jim, you're the king. Thanks, brother.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
Fascinating. So that's the poll. And that's the man. We're the first to have this poll. I think it's funny. So if they ran, it's not funny. It's serious stuff. So if they ran today, by the way, in interest of fairness, I sent all this to the mayor. I think it's only fair. In the interest of fairness, 866-391-1020. If the vote was today, in the interest of fairness, I sent it to the mayor. If the vote was today in the city of Pittsburgh, who do you vote for? Corey O'Connor, who's currently the county controller, or Mayor Ed Gainey? 866-391-1020. Mayor Ed Gainey or Corey O'Connor, if the vote was today. 866-391-1020. Right back. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, brought to you by Bowser. Ellie, what's going on out there?
Hey, Marty. Emergency crews are on the scene of the accident in Plumboro at Leechburg Road and Shear Road, so use caution if you are headed near that area. On the Parkway West, we are still experiencing some slow-moving traffic as you make your way down Parkway Center Drive to the Fort Pitt tunnels, and you are now clear on both the suburban and city side of the Parkway East. The HOV lanes are now closed once again on the outbound side of the Parkway North, and utility work has begun in Whitehall Borough on McMurray Road, southbound between Winville Road and Hamilton Road, so there are lane restrictions. With AAA Traffic, I'm Ellie Popovich on the Voice of Pittsburgh on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Super summer savings at Coons Market. Isn't that right, Frank Dentisi?
Right, Rob. Save with your Coons Reward Card. All natural pork baby back ribs, $2.68 per pound. Whole seedless watermelons, $3.98 each. Selected varieties of Marie Callender's cream or fruit pies, 24 to 42-ounce packages, $4.99 each. And Hickory Smoked John F. Martin & Son sliced bacon, 16-ounce packages, $3.49 each. Additional savings in our meat department. 80% lean fresh ground beef, $3.79 per pound. And regular or bun-sized ballpark franks, 15-ounce package, $1.99 each. In our produce, fresh southern sweet corn, $3.99 a dozen. And buy now, freeze now sweet Northwest cherries, $2.98 per pound. In the deli, yellow or white Land O'Lakes American cheese, $4.99 per pound. In the bakery, 8-inch apple pies are $6 each. In our seafood, wild-caught fresh tuna steaks, $11.99 per pound. And this week, selected varieties of Herr's potato chips, 7 to 9-ounce bags, $1.99 each.
So get in on the super summer savings at Coons Market. Coons Market, a Pittsburgh tradition.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-515-6608. 800-515-6608. 800-515-6608.
Hearing the news every day is one thing. Hearing it hit home is something altogether different. That's the difference you hear every day on KDKA Radio. We go beyond the benign headlines and bring the news to life. Your life. So stay here and hear the news and what a difference it makes. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
So, I was on the phone yesterday with Julian Gray. We've become good friends. He's an elder law attorney. I met him, became very close when my parents passed, and he took over our estate, had the whole family sitting in his office, made a tremendous difference in our lives. I was talking to him yesterday about how important it is to get an elder law attorney like the folks at Julian Gray and Associates involved. I'll tell you why. Major tax implications, major health care implications, major input you need from an expert, a true insider like Julian Gray and his folks that made a massive difference in the lives of the Griffin family. It's never too late to do this. It's never too late to plan your estate, but do it as soon as possible. Julian Gray, grayelderlaw.com, grayelderlaw.com. I'm telling you, folks, they did a wondrous job for the Griffin family. 412-458-6000, grayelderlaw.com.
Using credit cards could soon become a hassle in Pennsylvania. Some in the legislature are considering a multi-million-dollar giveaway to corporate megastores and may force you to pay for parts of your purchase in cash, while small businesses will have to manage an accounting nightmare. This mandate could also expose information about the private purchases you make. Prevent credit card chaos at guardyourcard.com/Pennsylvania. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Summer's on, and so are the deals at Target's 4th of July sale. Let's go. Celebrate with 30% off 12 packs of soda when you buy 3 with Target Circle. Or get Doritos chips on sale, 2 for $6. I love it. Then make it a party with sprinkles. Select favorite day treats dressed in red, white, and blue are 20% off with Target Circle, and save even more. We've lowered prices on many summer faves like Up and Up sunscreen, Tillamook ice cream, Honest Kids juice boxes, and more. Target's 4th of July sale ends Saturday. Restrictions apply. I love it.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-902-5454. 800-902-5454.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh Business Times. I'm managing editor Mike Larson. First Commonwealth Financial Corp yesterday said it had promoted Mike McEwen to Chief Lending Officer and Executive Officer. McEwen has served as corporate banking executive since joining First Commonwealth last September from Key Bank, where he served as president of its Southwest Ohio market for almost 6 years. In his new role, McEwen will lead all commercial banking teams and initiatives, inclusive of commercial and industrial lending, commercial and real estate, treasury management, and portfolio management footprint-wide. Also, not only are SBA loan dollars during the past 9 months leaving year-ago numbers in the dust, but they're also just $5 million short of the tally for the full 12 months of the 2023 fiscal year. Between October 1st of 2023 and June 30th of 2024, 581 7A loans have been approved at a combined $196.39 million in the 27-county Western Pennsylvania district. That compares with 454 loans at aggregate $136.58 million during the 9-month period of 2023. During the SBA's full 2023 fiscal year, which ended September 30th, there were 649 loans totaling $201 million. For more on these stories and other local business news, log on to PittsburghBusinessTimes.com. I'm Mike Larson.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
By the way, the mayor, Mayor Gainey, is well aware of the movement underfoot, as they like to say, to replace him. There is a legit. I've talked to some big shots. I've talked to big shots in banking, real estate, venture capital, labor, who are putting together a plan to run Corey O'Connor, the county controller, for mayor in Pittsburgh. The mayor's well aware of this, Mayor Gainey. I saw him Friday. And in this poll, I guess it was just done. No, it was done a month ago. Yeah. In a head-to-head today, and by the way, if you drill down the poll, black voters overwhelmingly support Gainey. Overwhelmingly. Okay? So you know. If they ran today, according to this poll, Gainey versus O'Connor, 37-37 dead heat with 25% undecided. My man Jim made the best point, right? Don't run the primary, run as O'Connor for Pittsburgh in the election in 2025 and raise all kind of money and go. I posed the question for the last few minutes of this hour. If the election were today, Corey O'Connor, the county controller. Now, Rachel Heisler, the city controller, also ends up very high in this poll. And I didn't even know who she was until 2 months ago. 866-391-1020. If the election were today, Corey O'Connor or Ed Gainey. No disrespect here for anyone. Bruce, go ahead, man.
Hey, Marty, how are you?
Good, brother.
Hey, I don't live in a city, but I have family that does. It's definitely not Gainey. But I got to ask a question.
Yeah.
If Corey O'Connor ran for mayor, he'd be taking a drastic pay cut from the city controller's salary to the mayor's salary. Do you think that would happen?
Is that true? I don't know. Is it drastic?
Yes, sir. Very true.
What do you mean?
Thanks to Chelsea Wagner, who voted herself and all the other elected county officials a raise when she got in office.
Is that true?
Considerable difference.
Huh. I don't know. I'll have to find out.
Oh.
It's actually a great question. I don't know what. We'll find out. Huh. I think he doesn't care. We all care about money, and Corey has 2 young kids. I was texting with Corey over the weekend, not about politics, about the Central Catholic golfer who's now on the PGA Tour, who finished 20th in his first pro event and won $113,000. Corey coached him, and they text each other after every round they play. So they're kind of cool. Maria, go ahead.
Oh, I'd vote for Corey O'Connor.
Tell me why.
I work downtown Pittsburgh. I go in the morning. I leave at the end of my shift. It's a dangerous place. Businesses are leaving. Anybody but Ed Gainey. We need better.
Where do you work? And what do you see downtown every day?
Oh, I work in the Federal Building.
Oh, I know exactly where you're at. Yeah, what do you see every day?
Yeah. Homeless in the streets smell of urine and feces and people laying there, young crowds gathering that are scary. That's what I see. I want a better downtown.
I do too. Thanks, Maria. The mayor is upset that I talked too negatively about downtown. I was on the phone with a big shot, a union leader in Pittsburgh this morning, who said on the way into the office this morning, the office is downtown, there was a grown man taking a crap right there in front of him. And he said, that's why we're going to support Corey O'Connor, plain and simple.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for mom.
Paul Alexander here. Now, did you know that summer is the actual prime time for losing weight? That's right. Thanks to something called diet-induced thermogenesis. Try saying that after 3 cups of coffee. Essentially, when we eat, our body temperature goes up, leading us to crave lighter meals when it's hot outside. And don't forget, Those long summer days, more sunlight means better sleep, and that boosts our metabolism. So with all these natural advantages, our body's practically begging you to get started. And with Awaken 180, you can turn summer's natural slimming season into a major transformation. Imagine turning a couple of months into 50 pounds gone. And the best part, it's not just a summer fling. Starting with Awaken 180 means kicking off a long-term relationship and romance with a healthier, slimmer you. Awaken 180 is easy, it's fast, and it's not a lifetime of injections. We're talking free support for life. Hop online at awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Partly cloudy and 77 at Pittsburgh International. It's 12 o'clock. I'm Paul Rasmussen. Democrats are criticizing yesterday's Supreme Court ruling on presidential immunity, arguing it will embolden future presidents to break the law with impunity, including former President Trump if he returns to the White House. But on the Big K Morning Show, Duquesne University President Ken Gormley dismissed their concern, saying if Trump does win, this opinion probably benefits Joe Biden.
Because it's going to make it a lot harder for the revenge tour to go after Biden. Secondly, if Trump loses, in my view, there is no question he will be convicted in multiple cases, still using this formula.
Gormley says the ruling confirming former presidents have immunity from criminal prosecution for actions taken only in their official role, but not for unofficial actions. He says in Trump's situation, there are many. The Aetna community gets a big boost for their local economy from a development initiative. News Radio KDK's Tamira Rush has the story.
For the past several years, Aetna has been hosting fundraisers for a multi-purpose community center that will offer services to residents who don't have access to early childhood education programs. Aetna Mayor Robert Tugnon tells KDKA Radio the borough received a $3 million federal grant for the new center.
In reality, it'll be a library mixed with a community center, group lectures, all kinds of things, but not to mention, this is a place for kids. We have parties in our space just dedicated to the kids, not like private parties, but an event on Saturday night so they can come and watch a movie and dance and be kids and do crafts.
Tugnon says construction is expected to be completed by 2025. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
Allegheny County Police are asking for information about an unsolved homicide. The shooting happened on May 5th, 2023 in the 100 block of East 17th Avenue in Homestead. 16-year-old Dominic Sanner was shot once in the chest and died at the scene. Police are encouraging anyone with information to call 1-833-ALL-TIPS. TSA officers have intercepted another firearm at Pittsburgh International. A West Virginia couple was caught Monday bringing a loaded handgun through a checkpoint. The man's gun was in the woman's carry-on bag. She told officials she didn't know it was among her belongings. Allegheny County Police confiscated the weapon. Now there's welcome news for car dealers who depend on a software company to keep their businesses going. CBS's Peter King reports.
It's not a household name for most of us, but for car dealers, CDK Global is a must for software. The company was hit by a cyber attack last month, something security consultant Charles Carmichael says takes time to fix.
There's a tremendous amount of investigative work that has to be performed to figure out how did the threat actor get into the environment and do they still have access. The second thing organizations need to do is they need to start to recover their systems and their environment so that they can continue to run business operations.
Many dealers have had to process sales the old-fashioned way with pen and paper, but CDK says its clients should have their services back by Thursday. Peter King, CBS News.
On Wall Street, the Dow is down 28 points at 39,141. The Nasdaq is up 20 points, and the S&P up about 1. KDKA Sports, the Pirates have returned to Pittsburgh. They're hosting St. Louis tonight. You can catch the Bucks and Cards on 93.7 The Fan. The news is brought to you by P.J. Fitzpatrick, installing most roofs in just one day. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time, 12:03. If you're injured, time to hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound law for Morgan & Morgan. Partly cloudy, 77 in Pittsburgh. KDKA AAA traffic in the AccuWeather forecast next.
Today, we're constantly taking photos and videos to remember our favorite moments. But what about those captured before the smartphone? What about the memories tucked away on aging VHS tapes, film reels, or in fading photos?
These cherished memories are fading away with time, vulnerable to threats like heat, moisture, and mold. But fear not, there's a solution to safeguard your legacy. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Nick. Together we founded Legacy Box over a decade ago with one mission, to bring your memories into the 21st century.
It's time to bid farewell to old tapes you can't watch and faded photos. Legacy Box transforms them into digital treasures, ready to share with a click.
Just like magic, your shoebox of memories is now safely stored in the cloud or on a thumb drive.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box, so you can rest assured your priceless moments are in good hands.
Don't let your childhood fade away on old tapes. It's time to digitize those priceless moments.
Fast forward into the digital age. Visit legacybox.com/value and unlock 50% off your order. That's legacybox.com/value.
Hey guys, Marty. Had 2 great meals with my wife in the last month. Both of them at Oakmont. Both of them at restaurants owned by my good friend JK, the man. Okay, the Lot. I'm not exaggerating. The best brunch I've ever had at the Lot. I'm serious. The best dinner I've had in a year. Hofstadt's. They're in the same town. They're on the same strip. They're owned by the same man. The Lot and Hofstadt's. JK delivers. Great stuff. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. There are many highlights on this show every day, but I think this is the apex. Everything else is a denouement. In the film world, that's the falling action.
Yes.
The end of the road. Because the highlight is right now. Samantha on traffic. What's up, sister?
Hello, Marty. Things are actually looking pretty good out there. Over on our parkways, the Parkway West on the inbound side, you're going to see some backup around Green Tree as you make your way into the Fort Pitt tunnels. And also on the inbound side of the Parkway West, we're seeing a little bit of congestion around Robinson. So look out for some delays over there. Over on the Parkway East, it's looking pretty clear, but we are seeing a little bit of congestion around Edgewood, Swissville on the inbound side. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill. I'm on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDK.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
We'll see sunshine through some high clouds the rest of today with a warmer afternoon high of 84. Patchy clouds tonight, those 68. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds. It'll become hot and more humid with a high near 90. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Every child deserves a safe and loving home. CASA of Westmoreland is dedicated to making this a reality. Our court-appointed special advocates give a voice to abused and neglected children in the foster care system. You can be that difference in a child's life. Volunteer with CASA and help guide a child to a brighter future. Visit casaofwestmoreland.org today to learn more. That's casaofwestmoreland.org. Together, we can change lives, one child at a time.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's Marty. We have an old house. We need windows. We're going to Universal Windows Direct. Why? Best in the business. Why? 0% financing for 60 months. Why? Buy 2, get 2 free. Amazing. 412-545-6003. Universal Windows Direct.
Universal Windows Direct.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
There's a shortage of cops in America, over 100,000. It's crazy, actually. There's a shortage of truck drivers, 18-wheeler guys, 65,000. 65,000. School teachers, more than 50,000. 23% of all nurses retired, quit, whatever, dropped out during COVID. It's insane, the shortage of nurses. What's my point? We're in a crisis here in America in terms of the inability to attract people to want jobs. It's fascinating, actually. What the hell are people doing? I don't know. The cop thing has really affected Pittsburgh. As you know, they're more than 150 down. And the truth is, here's what they say. We ain't working here until we get paid more. I had an epiphany of sorts when I spoke to Brian Englert, who's the president of the Allegheny County Prison Employees Independent Union yesterday. Kind of shocked us, actually, when he said they're down about 100 corrections officers, and it's creating a dangerous situation. Man, he threw a number out here that blew me away, Patrick. 178,000 hours of overtime and $9.3 million.
Wow.
And then he said that they have the highest attrition rate of any service anywhere. So they lose over half the guards they recruit, corrections officers. It's a dilemma, and it's a quandary, and it's not easy to fill these holes. And it's not easy to fill the holes in any sort of entity these days in America. Abby Gardner with the county, back communications director for Sarah Innamorato. Hi, Abby. Thanks for joining us. How are you today?
Hey, Marty. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me on.
So, Abby, we'll talk about the jail guards in a minute, but I'm pretty spot on, aren't I, in terms of trying to attract people to work jobs these days?
Absolutely. I think we've been talking about it all year, that when County Executive Innamorato won in November and started looking at the workforce for the county specifically, you know, we could have maybe around 6,000 county employees if every position is filled, but more than 1,000 of them are open. It's a lot of nurses, you know, like you just said, it's a lot of corrections officers. These are not necessarily the easiest jobs. They're not the most glamorous jobs. But they're good jobs, and there's a lot of benefits to working in public service as well. So, yeah, we need to hire. We need people who want to come be part of the team and work at the county.
Abby, you have 1,000 job openings at the county. That's amazing.
Yeah, and it has real implications. I mean, the services we absolutely need to provide, you know, I'd say at the county it's like, it's all killer, no filler. So if you want your 911 calls answered, if you want, I think I just heard a headline, they found another firearm at the airport. You know, that's county police who are working at the airport along with TSA agents. Obviously, we need corrections officers. We need nurses at Kane. I mean, these are not like optional positions. These are important for public health and safety and for services. So, yeah, there's a lot to do. And then, of course, there's big pension implications. If we don't have enough people working, we don't have enough people putting money into the pension, and Comptroller O'Connor raised that last week in his report.
Plus, honestly, what ends up happening to fill the gaps to the best you can, you're paying serious overtime. And just using the jail guards as an example, corrections officer, I apologize, over $9 million. You don't want to write that check, but you have to.
Sure, it's certainly not the most cost-efficient way to get shifts covered, you know, and to get hours filled.
Abby, they say, in fact, you know that they're at sideways with you folks. They think that you won't pay them enough, and that's why they can't fill these jobs. That they say it's dangerous because they have so many openings, about 100 openings. They say it's physically taxing, mentally taxing. They say they've been ordered to work 16-hour shifts. Is that accurate?
Well, I would say it's absolutely a difficult job. I mean, I don't think anybody is going to say it's not. You work in a jail every day. You don't see a lot of natural light. You have to lock your cell phone up, you know, so you're sort of out of touch with your friends, with your family. It's certainly not a regular job. And while, you know, I think it pays relatively well, and that's why they've had more success in recruiting lately, it's still absolutely challenging. And, of course, we don't want people working 16 hours in a row. So that's why we've been working hard on trying to recruit as many people as possible into these positions to try to get the ranks up so they don't have to have so much overtime and we can just have more regular shifts. So I'm happy to say that in 2024, we have seen a big increase. So we've already had 58 graduates, which is the most we've had in any year for at least the last 7 years. We'll still have another class to graduate this year, and the average class size is getting bigger. So I think some of the incentives they've put in place to try to recruit new people, I think some of those incentives are working, but obviously it's going to take time, get people through training, you know, get them working, and then you still have to deal with people who are burnt out. If they've been working 16-hour shifts, they're going to want to go on vacation, they're going to need a break, you know, so it's going to take time to fix that.
Abby Gardner, the communications director with Sarah Innamorato. So, Abby, here's what they say, and they sent me the numbers, so they're not lying. So the recruitment. So you brought in 58. Check this out. 28 have left already. 28. And they say no one wants this damn job, and that's the highest attrition rate of any department. And for comparison, in terms of recruiting, in 2014, they hired 82 full-time. What do you think the big issue is if they don't even want to stay on these jobs?
Well, I don't want to speculate. I know we're in arbitration with the union now to try to address some of the structural challenges.
Right.
But, I think they're hard jobs. And I think we know, across the county we're at historic low unemployment right now.
Yep.
So all of the police departments also need to hire, right? And you were ticking off a bunch of different jobs you could have, and everybody's raising their wages. Everybody's trying to be competitive, and we're at 2 or 3% unemployment right now. So there's a lot of opportunities out there. So you get through the graduation class, maybe you try it out, you realize it's not for you, and hey, this other police department's hiring, or I could go be a trucker and actually see sunshine, or whatever it is. I don't know exactly why there's so much turnover, but obviously it's a structural thing that needs to get addressed because it's not a safe environment.
In jail because you can't hire therapists. I mean, it's a crisis in employment. Abby, help me with something. Why don't, because I can't figure this out. Maybe it's a rhetorical question. Why the hell don't people seem to want to work? You have 1,000 job openings, Abby.
Well, if we're at historic low unemployment, I think people are working, but we need more people. It's not like there's a ton of people sitting on the sidelines from what I can tell, but then you have to raise wages, things get more expensive, and we're out there competing, right? So we need nurses at the Kane Center, we need nurses at the jail, and the hospitals need nurses too. So as the government, we don't necessarily offer the highest wages, and private sector might be more appealing.
I get it. Abby, it's a pleasure being here. It's amazing. I had no idea we had 1,000 job openings. And then people whine that they can't find a job. That's kind of when I get irritated.
Hey, come check out the county because, we are doing really well on things like poll workers and lifeguards, more hourly and short-term things. We've actually had record numbers of people working in those jobs this year. So I see some good omens and some things that make me feel hopeful. But if you want to work, we have so many openings right now. So come check out the county job board and see what might be a good fit for you.
Abby, thank you.
Thanks, Marty. Talk soon.
Again. Wow. 1,000 job openings, man. 1,000. And that jail guard thing, I don't think there's an easy answer. The corrections officer job is one of the hardest jobs in the country. Dangerous as hell. Don't see any daylight. Get jacked with all day by criminals. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Samantha, what's up out there?
Hi, Marty. I'm looking at the Cordell and Cordell traffic cams, and on our parkway, the inbound side is looking pretty good, but we're seeing some backup as you head into the Fort Pitt tunnels. The big problem spot on the inbound side of the Parkway West is around Robinson, so look out for some delays if you're traveling from Robinson. Over on the Parkway East on the inbound side, we're just seeing a little bit of backup on the Squirrel Hill as you make your way through the Squirrel Hill tunnels. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDK.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
Using credit cards could soon become a hassle in Pennsylvania. Some in the legislature are considering a multi-million-dollar giveaway to corporate megastores and may force you to pay for parts of your purchase in cash, while small businesses will have to manage an accounting nightmare. This mandate could also expose information about the private purchases you make. Prevent credit card chaos at guardyourcard.com/Pennsylvania. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
This portion of the show is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Visit them at awaken180weightloss.com.
Celebrate July 4th with the hottest deals at Lowe's. Right now, get 2 select 2 or 2.5 quart red, white, and blue annuals for $10. And buy 2, get 1 free on select paint and exterior stain via Lowe's gift card rebate. Shop these deals before they're gone because Lowe's knows summer savings. Valid through 7/10. Annuals offer in-store only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. Paint. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details while supplies last.
Summer's greatest hits are going on now, and Macy's July 4th sale has summer's greatest savings, like 20 to 60% off warm weather styles to refresh your look. Shop amazing limited time specials like swim and cover-ups for your next beach day, 50% off. And sandals from On 34th, Tommy Hilfiger, and more, 30 to 40% off. Going on now at Macy's. Macy's Star Rewards members earn on every purchase, except gift cards, services, and fees. Savings off already reduced prices, exclusions apply.
Do you know what the scariest sound to hear on a factory floor is? Silence. That means something somewhere broke. Production has stopped, and now you're paying your workers to wait while the team troubleshoots and tries to fix the problem. Finally, there's a proactive way to reduce equipment downtime, thanks to MaintainX. MaintainX is the asset management system that brings your maintenance downtime to zero. MaintainX lets you build preventative maintenance schedules, manage work orders in real time, and access the data you need to make better decisions. Downtime equals death in the production world, so make unplanned downtime a thing of the past. Try MaintainX for free. Control the daily operations of your business and transform your maintenance program by going to maintainx.com. That's maintain in the letter X.com.
Building owners, my friends at NASCO Roofing, they're experts in replacing flat roofs for commercial, industrial, and residential buildings. With many flat roof material choices, you want NASCO's experienced pros on your roof. Benefit from their experience and their lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Call NASCO Roofing today for a free flat roof estimate. 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. NASCO Roofing, spelled NASCO, the region's flat roof expert.
Join Mark Patrick seminars and lose the weight or stop smoking. Guaranteed early bird special $49.99. Seminars Monday, July 8th at the Doubletree by Hilton Hotel, Pittsburgh and Greentree, or Tuesday, July 9th at the Comfort Inn Conference Center in Churchill. Weight loss 5:30, stop smoking seminar 8.
Hey, it's Lynn Hayes Freeland. We hear so much about identity theft. You know it happens every 2 seconds, but there are some steps you can take to protect yourself thanks to AARP Pennsylvania. It's a free fraud shred event on Saturday, July 20th from 9 a.m. to noon. You can safely dispose of any sensitive documents. It all takes place at the Monroeville Convention Center at 209 Mall Plaza Boulevard in Monroeville. And you can check out the AARP Pennsylvania website if you need more details. Otherwise, see you July 20th.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
CBS Eye on Veterans, presented by University of Maryland Global Campus. While recovering from a traumatic brain injury, Special Forces combat medic veteran Mike Chesney shares how he was inspired to create Tecton Energy Drink featuring ketones after discovering a DoD research program that utilized ketones as a way to improve physical and brain health.
Ketones themselves are nature's answer to an energy crisis. Throughout history, as human beings were in an energy crisis, your body, as you went through hours and hours of fasting, when you went through 12, 14, 16 hours of fasting, your body naturally produces ketones as an energy source.
Jon Stewart here. Unbelievably exciting news. My new podcast, The Weekly Show. We're going to be talking about the election, economics, ingredient to bread ratio on sandwiches. Listen to The Weekly Show with Jon Stewart wherever you get your podcasts.
UPMC, life-saving, life-changing information. Amazing.
Hear about it, then talk about it. 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
When you were young, you had an obsession with fireworks. All boys do. All boys. When I was young, we blew up everything. Everything. I think that was the first time I was arrested. I was buying, I think I was young too. In Highland Park, I was buying illegal fireworks. Boys are obsessed with explosives, and it's tough because I was into it big time. My dream in life was fireworks. I couldn't stop blowing things up. We made these stupid cannons with cans. We cut the bottoms and tops out, and then we'd fill the bottom with lighter fluid, then we would shoot tennis balls at each other. We would get Estes rockets. You know those rockets? We'd take the explosives out and create explosives. We would put blasting caps, of course, that we stole on railroad tracks so that the trains would run over them. Blasting caps. And so now my son's at that age. And I just cannot tell you how many times in my career, and it's a long one, I have been to the scene of insane injuries from idiots like I was at that age. My son's 13. I'm not saying he's an idiot. Playing with fireworks. And now there are grown men who get half hammered on the 4th, and they light off fireworks. Legit, you can buy big fireworks now for your house. It's not cool. I just don't feel. Is he there? I did not know Brian was there. Okay, I appreciate Brian calling in. Brian's my man. Brian Englert. Hey, Brian.
Good morning.
Brian is the best. You know why? He lives it. You know why? He's honest. Corrections officer. Did you tell me you just finished a double?
Yeah, I probably went to bed at 9 a.m. and then I saw your message and said, yeah, I won't miss it.
9 a.m.
Yeah.
And you sent me some photographs of a corrections officer.
Yes.
Explain those to me. What was going on there? Because it's amazing.
Well, the one photo I sent you was my coworker. He was actually in my class when I started in 2011. He's off this week getting his chemo, but he'll be back at work.
With cancer?
With cancer.
My God.
He works with a colostomy bag. I mean...
What?
Yeah. I mean, the guy's older than me. He's probably at least 54. He's got 5 years on me. And he'll be back at work after his chemo and radiation.
So I just had the county folks on. And they honestly, I can tell they don't know what to do. I really can tell. Because they acknowledge that they're all leaving the people they hired. So they're listening, Brian, and they respect and admire you. Believe me, they told me this. What do they need to do to make this work, to make this better?
Well, Marty, if you look at my Twitter account, you'll see that I went into the county executive's office almost every single day and videotaped it, seeking a meeting to talk about our control panels. The county spent $4.5 million on new control panels that are a nightmare. If I go to use the restroom or do a guard tour, I have to be able to lock my panel so nobody can let anybody in or out.
Right.
Well, they didn't give us the keys.
What?
The panel lid is glass. It can break. It's touchscreen. It's sensitive. Some things are wired backwards. So some speakers, the speaker that should be on the inside is wired on the outside. And this, Marty, this is what will really blow your mind. This is one of the reasons I went up there every single day.
And did they address it?
On the older panels, if we're getting assaulted, the control booth could call over the panel and say, hey, are you okay? Now they can't do that.
Whoa.
They ring a phone on the panel, and the phone doesn't have a ringer and has a light. So if I'm engaged in any kind of altercation, I don't hear the phone, I don't see the phone because it's a little red light that blinks. And somehow that $4.5 million touchscreen upgrade was worth endangering officer lives.
And they won't sit down to this day?
No, I went up there every single day. I even invited her to a photo opportunity because she loves photo opportunities.
Yeah.
See if she wants to talk with correction officers in front of the jail. And we'll take a photo and we'll talk about the stress and toll it takes on our lives.
So I'll make this
I mean, I don't know if you can see this. This shirt says adequately staffed. Warden Harper said right before I became president that we're adequately staffed. We are not adequately staffed.
No, you're not. That's a bald-faced lie. Hey, man, I need more from you. Can you call back at the bottom of the hour?
Absolutely.
Oh, my man. We'll be right back, folks.
Do you feel like you're going through life clouded by doubt? Talk to California Psychics. Our trusted and accurate psychics are available 24/7. And we guarantee, if it's not life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers get 80% off their first reading. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Retirement can be scary, but only if you're not prepared. That's why AARP created thisispretirement.org. Because unless you've already retired, you're in pretirement, and you still have time to plan. Learn about retirement savings options, potential tax breaks, and how you can build savings over time. Visit thisispretirement.org for free resources to help you customize your action plan and feel the retirement fear disappear. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
When you start your car, you can start your mind.
I think that it's important to be informed on what's going on.
If you don't have the facts, you can't think for yourself.
You got to figure out what's going on.
And accelerate your intelligence.
With 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 80 degrees and sunny at Pittsburgh International at 12:30. I'm Susie Cole. Police are looking for a man who fired shots last night in downtown Pittsburgh. It happened around 7:45 near Jimmy John's in the 500 block of Liberty Avenue. Witnesses told officers the man fired at least 2 shots towards some people standing outside before fleeing with a group of young people. There were no injuries. Police are reviewing video showing the man, believed to be in his late teens or early 20s, opening fire with a semi-automatic handgun. A DUI task force will be in action in the North Hills this weekend. News Radio KDKA's Paul Rasmussen has the story.
There will be checkpoints or roving patrols on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sergeant Robert Petoskey with West Deer Police tells KDKA Radio they'll alternate details in the 14 jurisdictions they cover, from Aspinwall to Franklin Park and O'Hara to McCandless.
Holidays like this, we usually like to look around Route 8, we look around Route 19, the major state roadways.
This DUI task force has been active for 28 years, resulting in more than 1,000 arrests. Sergeant Petoskey says DUI cases are increasing for both alcohol and drugs, and officers are using drug recognition experts to assist them. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
Experts are explaining Monday's Supreme Court ruling that former presidents have immunity from criminal prosecution for actions taken in their official role, but not for unofficial actions. On the Big K Morning Show, Duquesne University President Ken Gormley said the ruling does not let former President Donald Trump off the hook.
It narrows it. It does broaden the scope and gives more deference to the president in those gray zones. But when you're talking about unofficial acts, and there are a lot of them here, there is no escaping them.
Gormley says if Donald Trump loses the election, there is a high probability he will be convicted in some of the criminal cases against him. And on to Wall Street, where the Dow's down 50 points at 39,119. The Nasdaq is up 38, and the S&P is up 3. KDKA Radio News Time 12:31. Our next update at 1 o'clock. I'm Susie Cole on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
Bernstein Berkeley attorneys pride themselves in being business solution providers. For 50 years, the Pittsburgh law firm, with offices in Cleveland and Wheeling, has helped businesses of every size with complex legal issues in bankruptcy and restructuring, creditors' rights, mergers and acquisitions, commercial litigation, and real estate. Bernstein Berkeley takes a business approach to legal service, providing peace of mind through expert advice and zealous representation. Visit bernsteinlaw.com.
Hey folks, it's Marty. The huge 4th of July sale going on now at Levin Furniture and Mattress Stores. Love this. The deals are incredible from my friend Robert Levin. Start by saving 25% store-wide. Save even more on doorbusters. Sofas as low as $399. Wow. Lazy Boy recliners, $395. Plus, 5 years special financing with no money down. Minimum purchase of $24.99. 25% off store-wide. 5 years special financing. Love it. Robert Levin Furniture, the best.
Using credit cards could soon become a hassle in Pennsylvania. Some in the legislature are considering a multi-million-dollar giveaway to corporate megastores and may force you to pay for parts of your purchase in cash, while small businesses will have to manage an accounting nightmare. This mandate could also expose information about the private purchases you make. Prevent credit card chaos at guardyourcard.com/Pennsylvania. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
John Perry is one of my close friends. He's also one of the best attorneys in the country. Medical malpractice, catastrophic injury, Rosen and Perry. Look at the results, man. Look at the accolades. I've had family members go there. I've had friends go there because of their success. Serious about this. They are the professionals. Rosen and Perry. 412-281-4200. Rosen and Perry. Call them. Ask for John. 412-281-4200.
What can you say at oliverflowers.com? Happy birthday or happy anniversary. Oliverflowers.com. Can you forgive me? Oliverflowers.com. Get well soon. Oliverflowers.com. Good luck or congratulations. Oliverflowers.com. Deepest sympathy. So sorry for your loss. Oliverflowers.com. When you need flowers for any reason or just to brighten someone's day, Oliverflowers.com. Daily delivery to all of Allegheny County and always open at Oliverflowers.com.
If you're looking for a new couch, you could cut down on expenses by bundling your car and renter's insurance with Progressive. Because you know you've had this couch for too long. Sure, you've had good times together, but a ripped-up cushion is not a fond memory. It's a sign. Notice how other people have couches with 2 armrests? Now that's living, right? No, it's just normal. So bundle your renters and car insurance with Progressive and put the savings toward a new couch. Please, it's time. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states.
Hi, welcome to Staples.
Hi, my son's teacher emailed his back-to-school list. He needs crayons and a comp book for every subject.
Okay, no problem. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school.
Oh, now they're saying he needs folders and glue.
You got it.
And markers?
Of course.
Oh, geez.
Can we get a cart, please?
Save big on back to school with Staples Hot Deals. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are only 50 cents each at Staples. Ends 8/24, in-store only, limit 30.
From PJ Fitzpatrick. A lot of jokes. Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Samantha, what's up?
Hi, Marty. We're seeing some patches of traffic on the inbound side of the Parkway West. The first, we're going to see a little congestion after the Robinson exit, and then we're seeing some heavy backup on the Roslyn Farms exit as you make your way towards Carnegie, and then you might see a little bit of backup as you head into the Fort Pitt tunnels. So look out for some delays if you're traveling on the inbound side of the Parkway West. Over on the Parkway East on the inbound side, we're just seeing some backup around Edgewood, Swissvale. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill. I'm 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDK.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A nice afternoon, sunshine mixed with some high clouds and warm. Our high temperature 84, then patchy clouds tonight, those 68. A mix of sun and clouds tomorrow with a hot and more humid afternoon, the high around 90. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
What's up, America? It's Rich Valdez. On tonight's show, Attorney General Emeritus from the state of Arizona, Mark Brnovich, joins us. Then it's time to talk about the Second Amendment with AWR Hawkins on the next America at Night, tonight at 10 p.m. on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Talk about the jail a lot because it's a public safety issue, and the men and women that work there, they have a hell of a tough time. Brian Englert is the president of the Allegheny County Prison Employees Union. The county people won't talk to you, will they?
No, and I don't understand why. On day one when I was elected, the deputy county manager said, "We're never going to work with you."
Oh.
We have a new county executive. I've talked with Sarah plenty of times before she was elected. She seems like she's, she wants to accomplish a lot. But I've dropped by. I've emailed her chief of staff, Grant, about a dozen times. I don't hear anything. Everything that happens there that is a safety issue, every county elected official is copied on.
What is it? So if I can, and I know they're listening, if we can facilitate a sit down Brian? What do you
Yes.
think? Would that help?
Yeah, I would absolutely love that because we've, one of the things that we really need to talk about is we don't know who runs that jail. We don't know who's in charge. I mean, while we're losing officers through attrition, like retirement and stuff like that, they have increased sergeant hiring 40%. They've increased captain hiring 25%. They've increased civilian hiring 50%.
Oh.
So that's probably why they have a talent acquisition manager, because they can't get officers in there. We don't need that many sergeants or captains. I mean, sergeant overtime 4 years ago was $5,800 for the whole year. Last year it went up to $800,000.
Whoa.
So what I don't understand is if you had half as many sergeants 4 years ago and 3 years ago when you had no overtime, how did it go up 1,097%? And conveniently enough, one of the ways to get out of working forced overtime is to put in for staff. If you're a sergeant, they can't force you like they force us.
So you want to sit down. That's what we got to try and work on, right?
I would love it. Yeah, I would love to talk about the 13 weapons we found last month. I would love to talk to them more about the multiple inmate on inmate fights we have, more than I've ever seen in my career.
Oh, have you? So
it's more dangerous. About how to,
it's more dangerous than ever before.
Yeah, and I would love to talk to them about how to retain some of these newer employees.
We hear all the time, Brian, about the vast majority of the mentally ill in the jail are mentally ill. Is that fair? Is that a fair assessment that the vast majority of those inmates are mentally ill?
I would say I might be biased because of where I work, but I would say there are a lot of people that get mental health drugs. A lot of people suffer from anxiety and different mental health conditions, yeah.
And do they get proper treatment? I know there are no one wants to work in there.
If you're asking my opinion as the president,
they have no therapists, none.
Yeah, well, they do need therapists, but I had a gentleman the other day that they didn't have him on a psych medication, and I called one of the psych employees who has worked there a long time, and he couldn't believe he wasn't getting it, and he woke the doctor up and got him prescribed his medication. We know a lot of the people that have worked there a long time. We know the people that come back that do have mental health issues. We know how to handle them. We know what their triggers are. We know what they need to get through that experience. And nobody really listens to us.
Wow. Hey, Brian, this is a true story. I asked if I could go down there and stay in the jail for a weekend. They said I wouldn't be safe. Would I be safe if I stayed there for a weekend?
I'll tell you what, if you came to my housing unit, you would absolutely be safe.
But are there housing units in the jail where I wouldn't be safe?
Well, I run a maximum housing unit, and I can promise you that you would gain a different perspective from the inmate point of view and from the officer point of view. I think that would be a great social experiment, and I believe you'd be safe on my unit, absolutely. Even though I have people that are accused of violent crimes, homicide, stuff like that, I absolutely believe you'd be fine.
All right, man, before we go, tell us your last 24 hours, how many hours you worked.
Well, I doubled out, so I worked 16 of the last 24 hours.
Wow.
On my housing unit yesterday, we were locked down. The jail was locked down yesterday. There was a multiple inmate-on-inmate fight. So when they're locked down, I get blamed for the jail being locked down, even though I have nothing to do with it.
Wow.
And then overnight, I worked as level 4 escort. Our intake housing unit filled up overnight, so we have 86 people there. It's full.
Wow. So when will you go back? When will you go back to work?
So it gets even better. I had a hearing at 6 o'clock for one officer.
Whoa.
A hearing at 6:30. So the thing is, when they say that you've exhausted your family medical leave, meaning you ran over your allotted hours, their punishment for you not wanting to stay for another 8 hours is to give you a day off unpaid.
Oh, wow.
So you're in a staffing crisis, and this guy said, you know what, I just can't stay every day. He exhausts his family medical leave. The punishment for that is hey, we're going to give you time off, which makes no sense, right?
Wow.
So I did 2 hearings like that, and then I'm coming into a hearing at 3 o'clock and a hearing at 3:30.
Wow.
And today's laundry day, so we got to get the laundry done, and I'll stay for overtime again.
You're my man. Stay in touch, man. We're going to push this meeting, all right, brother?
Thank you for the platform, and I appreciate it.
All right, my man. I like him because he cares. I like him because he fights the fight. And we're going to take a break and come back. We'll be right back.
Using credit cards could soon become a hassle in Pennsylvania. Some in the legislature are considering a multi-million-dollar giveaway to corporate megastores and may force you to pay for parts of your purchase in cash, while small businesses will have to manage an accounting nightmare. This mandate could also expose information about the private purchases you make. Prevent credit card chaos at guardyourcard.com/Pennsylvania. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
People's Natural Gas, making lives better by providing safe, reliable, cost-effective energy while reducing emissions through the use of new sustainable pipelines. People's is proud to present the 4th of July fireworks mix on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Headed downtown for all the 4th of July festivities. Before the big show, fill up on the People's Food Truck Corral on Liberty Avenue beginning at 4 p.m. Happy Independence Day from your neighbors at People's, an essential utilities company.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing company.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Samantha, what's up?
Hey, Marty, we have an accident to report. This is over on the 500 block of Allegheny River Boulevard. This is over in Oakmont, so look out for some delays over there. Over on our parkways, the Parkway West, we're still seeing some heavy backup on the inbound side. This is starting around the Roslyn Farms exit all the way past the Carnegie exit. So look out for some delays. And over on the Parkway East on the inbound side, we're seeing our usual backup around Edgewood, Swissvale. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDK.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the relief hotline at 800-515-6608. 800-515-6608. 800-515-6608.
You know Oakmont Bakery's my joint, right? So, summer months, celebrations, right? You got graduation cakes, cookie trays, sandwich platters, cheeseburger, donuts, delicious, cheeseburger-shaped cakes, flag-shaped cupcakes, the American tort, all the same. All I'm telling you folks is this is my joint. Everything there is handmade, homemade, fresh, and absolutely amazing at Oakmont Bakery. It's delicious. Check it out.
Summer's on, and so are the deals at Target's 4th of July sale. Let's go. Celebrate with 30% off 12 packs of soda when you buy 3 with Target Circle. Or get Doritos chips on sale, 2 for $6. I love it. Then make it a party with sprinkles. Select favorite day treats dressed in red, white, and blue are 20% off with Target Circle, and save even more. We've lowered prices on many summer faves like Up and Up sunscreen, Tillamook ice cream, Honest Kids juice boxes, and more. Target's 4th of July sale ends Saturday. Restrictions apply. I love it.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-902-5454. 800-902-5454.
Paid for by Wesley
Wesley Financial Group.
Hi, Paul Alexander here. Did you get in on that Awaken 180 challenge to drop 40 by the 4th? If so, congratulations. You've reached your goal this week. Went by fast, didn't it? If you've been sitting on the sidelines and haven't started Awaken 180 yet, what's holding you back? The results are real, and they come quickly. I dropped 35 pounds in 6.5 weeks. Paul Zeiss, Chris Muller, listeners, Donnie Football, and a number of my friends have had the very same result with Awaken 180. 100% success all the way across the board. The deal is simple. You set real measurable goals, then you literally watch the pounds fall right off. I was losing about 5 to 8 pounds a week. So think about it. How much weight do you want to lose? And then do the math. Whatever your goal, bring it to Awaken 180 and smash it just like we did. Reserve your virtual at-home consultation or in person at their brand new Mars location. Online at Awaken 180 Weight Loss or give them a call. 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800.
Hi, I'm Frank McNeil from Aetna Medicare, and if you're turning 65 and have questions about Medicare, Aetna can help. Aetna has Medicare Advantage plans that include prescription drug coverage in Pennsylvania with a $0 monthly plan premium. Plus, the plans include benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. Call Aetna today at 1-833-771-2862, TTY 711 to learn more.
Aetna Medicare is an HMO PPO plan with a Medicare contract. Our DSMPs also have contracts with state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in our plans depends on contract renewal. Plan features and availability may vary by service area.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Mixed news on the job market. The U.S. had more open advertised jobs than expected in May, even though the nation's unemployment rate that month edged higher to 4%. Job openings totaled 8.14 million, up slightly from April's 3-year low and ahead of estimates. Second quarter deliveries at Tesla coming in just short of 444,000, 5% lower than the same period a year ago, and its second consecutive drop in quarterly deliveries. But that was a lot better than expected. And right now, shares of Tesla are up more than 9%. Elsewhere on Wall Street, stocks are mixed and little moved today, even though some top Federal Reserve officials are on the stump talking about rate cuts later this year, as long as inflation continues to head lower. On Wall Street, that's got all the major averages either up or down just a tiny fraction. And Steve Ballmer, former CEO of Microsoft, owner of the LA Clippers, now the 6th richest person on earth, even richer than his old boss, Bill Gates. Tom Busby, Bloomberg Radio.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
I hope that I learn something new every day. So, I do. So what happened, I got chemotherapy and radiation, and then I tried to go to Topgolf. This is a true story. And I could barely stand on their mats and swing a golf club, and my balance is screwed up from the chemo and radiation. I had no idea it had that impact. I really didn't. And then I went to see, I went to see my sister this weekend, Barb, who is fighting pancreatic cancer. She's had chemo for 10 months, and she's starting radiation. Same deal, balance issues. And I wanted to reach out to my friend who's also a doctor, who's also responsible for giving me great focus and great training technique for balance. Jess, how are you, Dr. Jess Nolan?
Good, how are you, Marty?
I'm very good. She's at Physical in Monroeville, and I go there and I get therapy. Hey, Doc, I had no idea till I had chemo and radiation, and now my sister had chemo and radiation. I had no idea how that jacks up your balance. Do you see other patients that have had cancer treatment with balance issues?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We have a lot of people coming in with chemotherapy-induced neuropathy and other balance issues as well.
So here's another thing that she's saying, and I think this is fascinating, and Patrick and Ariana are sitting here listening. This chemo and radiation causes neuropathy, doesn't it, Doc? And that is, in essence, a numbness, tingling in your feet. So you really have balance problems then.
Oh, yeah, for sure, because we utilize our feet to maintain our balance, and a lot of people don't realize that is because whenever your feet are numb or you have that burning sensation, you don't feel where your feet are on the ground. So you could step on a rock or you could step on something uneven and you could lose your balance.
Hey, Doc, something as simple as a rock.
Yep, something as simple as a rock, honestly.
Because along with losing your balance, you lose your confidence, because I noticed this myself, and my sister has noticed it too.
Oh yeah, it's a vicious cycle because people they have a fall and then they lose their balance. So they'll sit in their chair or they'll sit at home and they're not going to do anything. Because they're afraid they're going to fall. So they sit around, they don't want to get up, they don't want to go outside, go see family. So then they get weaker and weaker from sitting there for such a prolonged period of time. So that whenever they do get up, they may end up falling again, and then the cycle just repeats itself.
Dr. Jess Nolan joining me from Physical in Monroeville. Hey, so my father-in-law was a big-time golfer, has neuropathy in his feet, and now he won't play golf. So this is along the lines of what you're saying, right? You lose your confidence, then you just fall out of the game, literally, right?
Yep, literally and figuratively. So you don't have to be a golfer to just fall out of the game. Wow. You can just fall out of your life, honestly. There's some people that they're just going to sit at home and they're not going to go out or socialize at all because they're fearful of falling.
And Doc, so then, and we talked about this a lot, so then you got depression and anxiety as a result of all this, right?
Exactly.
Wow. So help me with this. Am I done for when I have these balance issues from neuropathy? Nothing you can do, or can you help me with that kind of stuff?
Oh, you can 100% be helped. So I encourage anyone that has any balance issues, any neuropathy, to give us a call. You can give us a call at 412-457-8200. What you can do is you can take the first step and you can come talk to us and see what we can do for you. You can get up, and it's not even doing the physical activity portion of physical therapy. We offer a social environment as well. Sometimes a lot of people, like I said, they're not going out, they're not socializing. You can come here. There are going to be other patients for you to chat with that are being treated by the other therapists. You can come in and help love your life again.
Dr. Jess Nolan, you're the best. Thank you, Doc.
Thanks, Marty. And again, I'm going to repeat that phone number. It is 412-457-8200. We are in Monroeville, everyone.
Thanks, Doc. Appreciate you.
All right. Thanks, Marty. Have a good day.
Right. She also makes a couple really good points about balance in the dark. And so when they do a lot of this training and therapy with you, they make you close your eyes. A lot of people fall. This is actually fascinating. You don't think about this. You get up in the middle of the night, you have balance issues, as I have. And you go to the bathroom, and you don't turn on the light. And a lot of folks that have balance issues related to chemo, radiation, other ailments, they go to the bathroom, they don't turn on the light, they fall. It's legit, and it's real. And it's rough. And the older you get set in your ways. And I got to be honest about this. I started doing all this balance stuff. And I do this test in the morning now. I walk down the stairs without holding onto the rail in the dark. And I'm doing it. And it works. All I'm saying is, and the reason why I wanted to grab the doctor this morning is, what happens is, and this happened to my father-in-law, they give up. They give up on playing golf. They give up on walking around the neighborhood. They give up and just sit in a wheelchair. And I think my father-in-law isn't doing that. But you can't give up. You just can't. And the other thing is, you got to do this stuff, the therapy, or you lose it. And then you're done. Anyway, appreciate the good doctor, because they have helped me in a tremendous way. And my balance is 1,000% better. Thank you, Doc, at Physical.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-403-5569 now. drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-403-5569. That's 800-403-5569. What do you have to lose? Call 800-403-5569. Again, 800-403-5569.
Look, there have been so many tornadoes. We've seen more tornadoes than in decades. Here's the deal. With branches down, trees down, when you need emergency service, when you need somebody that's going to take care of business with your trees, with your branches, with the damage, you got to call Greater Pitt Tree Service, the best in the game. They're there with the professionals, with the equipment, with the training. Amazing service. Greater Pitt Tree Service. 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When I set out to build our firm, it was built for greatness. It was built for you. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. If you or anyone in your family has been injured, call America's largest injury law firm. Call Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com. Visit ForThePeople.com for an office near you.
It's the little things, the information you need, people you know, the little things that make a big difference. The voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA. KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDKA.
It's 81 degrees and sunny at Pittsburgh International at 1 o'clock. I'm Susie Cole. Some new developments in regards to the discovery of a man's body inside a car that was pulled from the Allegheny River in Springdale on Sunday. News Radio KDKA's Tamaya Rush has the details.
Authorities have not officially identified the remains. However, the Post-Gazette is reporting that the license plate on the car found underwater matches that of the Mazda linked to Bunny Lee, who was 78 when he was last seen at his East Liberty home in 2013. Police at the time said Mr. Lee had dementia and might have been confused and disoriented. A dive team out of Murraysville found the car during a training exercise. Springdale police pulled the car from the river and found human remains inside. Anyone with information concerning this incident is asked to call the county police tip line. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
Experts are explaining Monday's Supreme Court ruling that former presidents have immunity from criminal prosecution for actions taken in their official role, but not for unofficial actions. On the Big K Morning Show, Duquesne University President Ken Gormley said the ruling does not let former President Donald Trump off the hook.
It narrows it. It does broaden the scope and gives more deference to the president in those gray zones. But when you're talking about unofficial acts, and there are a lot of them here, there is no escaping them.
Gormley says if Donald Trump loses the election, there is high probability he will be convicted in some of the criminal cases against him. A security guard at Baller's Hookah Lounge and Cigar Bar in Penn Hills has been charged in connection with a mass shooting that killed 2 and injured 7 others last month. Chaz Jackson is facing homicide and other charges in the death of Stephanie Stewart and for causing injuries to at least 1. Allegheny County Police say Jackson was one of the gunmen and was working as an armed security guard at the lounge on the night of the shooting. An Oakmont residents noticed Monday landscaping goats roaming around a neighborhood. The borough's assistant manager says the goats have been eating vegetation growing along the riverbank and escaped when the river rose and knocked down the fence, keeping them on the job. Lori Stoffman told KDKA TV about her encounter with the goats.
Well, when they saw my puppy, they were infatuated by her, and so they just kept following us through the neighborhood. We would go through the cul-de-sac and around the park.
The herd was eventually led by their owner back to the riverside and onto Wall Street, where the Dow is down 73 points at 39,096. The Nasdaq is up 54 and the S&P is up 5. And on to KDKA Sports, the Pirates are back in the Berg tonight, hosting the St. Louis Cardinals at PNC Park. You can catch the Bucks and the Cards on 93.7 The Fan, with first pitch being set for 6:40, and Mitch Keller slated to make his 17th start of the 2024 campaign. News brought to you by PJ Fitzpatrick, your roofer with thousands of 5-star reviews. TrustPJ.com. KDKA Radio News Time 1:03. Time to go to the Outer Law Attorneys of Zachariah Brown. Visit PittsburghOuterlaw.com. It's sunny and 81 in Pittsburgh right now, everybody. KDKA AAA traffic and the AccuWeather forecast are next.
Honey, I found the perfect place for my parents and us.
Where?
St. Barnabas. For us, the Woodlands Carriage Home Community. And for my parents, condominium-style living at the Village. My folks will love the Village. There's an indoor mall with shops, restaurants, and more. And we can relax, knowing they're safe and secure.
That's what I plan to do when we move to St. Barnabas. Relax.
Call 724-444-5568 or visit stbarnabascommunities.com.
Join Allegheny County Parks every weekend now through September 1st for the 2024 Summer Concert Series. Each week, you'll have the chance to enjoy live music on Fridays at South Park Amphitheater and Sundays at Heartwood Acres Amphitheater. Each concert's free and starts at 7:30 p.m. Local food trucks, craft beer, and wine will all be on site at concerts starting at 6 p.m. For the full lineup, visit AlleghenyCounty.us/special events.
Stop by Salem's Market and Grill in the Strip District. Lunch, dinner, or a late night snack. Salem's Market has been voted best in the Berg year after year by the Pittsburgh City Paper. Folks come from all over for their mouth-watering lamb chops, samosas, burgers, gyros, and more. Order for pickup or delivery. Find them online at salemsmarketgrill.com and Uber Eats. Located in the heart of the Strip. Stop in at Salem's, 29th and Penn. Salem's is your passport to global cuisine.
Visit the Strand Theater in Zillionople for a weekend of live and cinematic excellence. Don't miss the magic of Michael Misko live on stage. Michael is a comedian, magician, cracker of wise. Saturday only at 7:30 p.m. And relive the thrills of Maverick Top Gun on Friday and Sunday. For details, call 724-742-0400 or visit thestrandtheater.org.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA traffic powered by Bowser. Samantha, what's up out there?
Hi, Marty. I'm looking at the quarter-on-quarter traffic cams. We have an accident to report over on the inbound side of the Parkway West. This is right near the Carnegie exit. This is causing some heavy backup starting around the Roslyn Farms exit. So look out for some delays over there. We're also seeing some backup on the inbound side of the Parkway West starting around Green Tree as you make your way to the Fort Pitt tunnels. Over on the Parkway East on the inbound side, we're seeing our usual backup around Edgewood, Swissvale. With AAA traffic, I'm Samantha McGill. I'm 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDK.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Sunshine this afternoon will be mixed with some high clouds. Our high temperature warming to 84. And fair skies tonight with a low about 68. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds, a hot, more humid afternoon, high 90. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Where Pittsburgh comes to talk, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
I've got a couple lawyers looking at the Supreme Court ruling. The best I can determine at this point, that it gives talk hosts immunity from prosecution for anything I do. How about that? How about that? I just want to tell you, if you're listening and you're in the city, there is a massive effort underway to get the county controller, Corey O'Connor, who was the city controller, who was a city council member, whose father was the mayor, to run for mayor. Big players throwing money in. To be determined if and when Corey will respond to that. But believe me, he knows. Believe me, he knows. The big shots that I know, and I know plenty, as you folks know by now, they've all been approached by Corey and asked if they will support him. So yins no. Meantime, I got to bring the best judge I know going retired Judge Anthony Mariani, who's now partnered up with my man, Phil DeLucente. Judge, good morning. How are you? Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Okay, I got to read this. So the Supreme Court ruling. Sotomayor comes out and says, order the Navy's SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival, immune. Organizes a military coup to hold on to power, immune. Takes a bribe in exchange for a pardon, immune, 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 immune. Wow, Judge. Wow is all I have, brother. What do you say to that? Is it that powerful, this opportunity here?
No, it is not that powerful. It is not that powerful. Remember, this is a definition of the extent of the presidential powers for anyone who is president.
Right.
It's not personal to Trump.
Right. She made it that.
All right. Pardon me?
She made it that.
Well, it is troubling to me that any judge would say something like Trump, that we gave Trump or they gave Trump everything he wanted and then some.
Right.
Because, look, a guy named Gideon said, what good's my right to a lawyer if I can't afford it? And the Supreme Court of the United States says, you're right, Mr. Gideon, and now everybody gets a lawyer if they can't afford it. Mr. Miranda said, what good is my right to not to incriminate myself if I don't know about it? They said, you're right, Mr. Miranda. They didn't do it for him. They did it for everybody. And the Supreme Court defined limits of presidential power for every president, not Donald Trump.
She went on to say, Sotomayor, that the decision was a mockery that makes a president a king above the law. Why is she not telling the truth, sir?
Well, that's a different issue. Now it's not personal to Donald Trump. Now it's this is a way to voice my disagreement with how far you're allowing the president to go before he can be challenged. And she's characterizing it as though he were a king.
Right.
So that's literary license in my view.
Well, yeah, but is he a king, and is he immune from doing anything, including an assassination?
No, look, there are limits to everything. You enjoy special protection as a member of the media, not to disclose sources, even if called before a grand jury. But there are limits to that, and in a given circumstance, you could be forced to give up your source.
It's fascinating, Judge Anthony Mariani, who's actually the man, working with Phil DeLucente now. Just happened, Judge, the implications of this. The district attorney in New York is open to delaying Trump's sentencing. Willing to push back the sentencing underscores the far-reaching implications of the Supreme Court immunity ruling. What do you say, sir?
I think that's a very wise move. Very wise, because if he were to urge the judge to ignore it all and sentence Trump would, in my opinion, get an immediate appeal and stop everything anyway. Because he did use some evidence that came from Donald Trump's presidency. And whether he needs it to get a conviction again is a different issue.
Judge, I'm confused about this whole acts as president or not as president. How do you define that?
Well, that's a case by case and fact specific circumstance. Right. And I heard one of the other commentators say there's plenty of stuff that was not official conduct. Well, maybe not. That's why you have to have a factual hearing to determine factually whether it's covered or not.
Judge Anthony Mariani, who's one of the most successful, most prestigious and highly recognized judges who ever served in this county. So it's why we have him on here. Hey, Judge, does Trump ever stand trial for any of these charges? Because I'm told probably not.
Well, that's a mix of legal and political. And legal looks to me like it's going to be delayed for a good while. And if it is going to be delayed for a good while and Trump is successful in his campaign, probably not. Right?
Judge,
there's the political side.
Judge, delayed for a good while. I'm told it could be years. Is that fair? Years.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Absolutely fair. Because if the Supreme Court says here are the protections of official acts of a president, now he has a hearing and he claims official acts and the judge says these aren't official acts, guess what? He appeals saying the judge is wrong, and on it goes and on it goes.
This is what I was told yesterday, that literally he could delay this and if he gets elected till even after he's elected, even after he passes. It could be 10 years, sir. Is that fair?
Well, it could be that long, but at some point the prosecution could say we give up in the sense of it's not worth our while to continue to pursue this.
I agree. I think it's amazing. I love the dispute, and I love the debate. Judge, I got to be fair here. I cannot let you go because you have such a far-reaching opinion and you're so fair-minded. The debate the other night. Biden. Your take, sir. Your take.
Well, now you're asking personal observations versus strictly legal, but I'll characterize it this way.
Yes, sir.
If you were a lawyer presenting Mr. Biden as your essential witness in your case, I think you'd have some worry.
If I was appearing before you, would you tell me that I was competent to stand trial if I presented myself the way the way Biden presented himself the other night, sir?
Yes, yeah, that's a very strict measure. He absolutely is competent. The question is the credibility, the ability to recall, because credibility isn't necessarily when you're lying. Credibility is, do you have the ability to recall and to describe what it is? Do you have an awareness to be able to talk about the subject knowingly?
Nice.
So that's the issue.
And it's concerning, is it not, sir? Not asking you to take a side here, but it is concerning, is it not, sir?
Well, again, I characterize it as if he were my witness, I'd be concerned. But that doesn't mean he's incompetent. That's a far cry for incompetence.
Right. Judge Anthony Mariani, it's a pleasure, my man. Thank you, sir.
I'm happy to help.
Fantastic. You know what's amazing, Patrick, is as I listen to all these attorneys and judges, and we've had the best around going in on this, they all have different opinions. John Perry, who's one of my boys, one of the smartest lawyers, one of the smartest men I've ever met. I got to read this because we're going to bring him on here. Here's what he said. The Supreme Court is dangerous. As I predicted, the worst thing Trump did that would have lasting impact to our children's lives was judicial appointments to the Supreme Court. There you have it. We will hear from John Perry. Anthony Mariani, the best. Now working with Phil DeLucente, my man. From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Samantha, what's up?
Hey, Marty, we're still dealing with this accident over on the inbound side of the Parkway West. This is right around the Carnegie exit. This is causing some heavy backup, starting right around the Roslyn Farms exit, and it remains pretty slow all the way into the Fort Pitt tunnels, so look out for just general delays if you're traveling on the inbound side of the Parkway West. Over on the Parkway East on the inbound side, we're seeing our usual backup around the Edgewood-Swissville exit. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill. I'm on 100.1 FM and AM 1020, KDK.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Did you know Washington wants to pick your next car for you? The EPA's new de facto car ban will make Washington your backseat driver. It will ban 2 out of every 3 new gas-powered vehicles by 2032. 2 out of 3. That could be your next car or truck. Protect your right to drive your way. Say no to the EPA's vehicle ban. Take action at EnergyCitizens.org. Paid for by the American Petroleum Institute.
Kevin Hart here. Guys, I'm here to tell you to try my tequila, Gran Cormino. My añejo is finished in cognac barrels. So smooth. My Cristalino, a.k.a. the Mino Lino, is crystal clear with sweet berry finish. Gran Cormino is a tequila made with hustle and heart. You get it? $1 from every bottle you buy supports a small business in your community. Now do me a favor and get out there and buy my Gran Cormino Tequila. It's 40% alcohol by volume. Jersey City, New Jersey.
Building owners, my friends at NASCO Roofing, they're experts in replacing flat roofs for commercial, industrial, and residential buildings. With many flat roof material choices, you want NASCO's experienced pros on your roof. Benefit from their experience and their lifetime warranty on materials and labor. Call NASCO Roofing today for a free flat roof estimate. 412-373-2000, 412-373-2000. NASCO Roofing, spelled NASCO, the region's flat roof expert.
Join Mark Patrick Seminars Lose the Weight, Stop Smoking Early Bird Special, $49.99. Seminars Monday, July 8th at the Doubletree by Hilton Hotel Pittsburgh and Greentree, or Tuesday, July 9th at the Comfort Inn Conference Center in Churchill. Weight loss, 5:30 p.m. Stop Smoking Seminar, 8.
Hey, folks, Marty Griffin. Here's why I love MediConnect. It's a free service for folks right here in Pittsburgh to navigate the Medicare maze. 70 different plans from all sorts of providers. It's free, folks, and they have seminars right here in your area. Log on to MediConnectInsurance.com or call 888-818-6334. Look, they're coming to your neighborhood. MediConnect is Medicare made simple.
Need to hire quality candidates fast? You need Indeed. Their video interview tool makes it easy and effortless to meet with candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Come in and try the Good Feet feeling today. Comfort, energy, performance, and pain relief at the Good Feet store. Visit us in Robinson Town Center, in Cranberry Township, and now open in Morgantown.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Get Marty, brought to you by the law firm of Rosen and Perry. No slogans or gimmicks, just results.
Pittsburgh's 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
You know, the way I look at it, this Supreme Court thing gives talk host immunity. So there. There's been folks have reached out to me from the city and have argued that I need to be more fair about downtown and downtown crime and good things happening downtown. That's fair, and we will do that. However, from one of my boys who works downtown. And look, ma'am, this is just last night. I saw this last night right there at the Jimmy John's, where I used to go get a sub just about every day with Andy Sheehan. Shots fired. Guys pulled out a gun shooting each other. Broad daylight, Liberty Avenue, downtown. And from my boys who work downtown. A woman got into a fight and pulled out a machete downtown on Wood Street. That is not normal. Just isn't, man. And so, look, I'm all cool. We've talked to John Valentine. I like John. About restaurants downtown. I've been to shows downtown recently. I've been to restaurants downtown. There are great restaurants downtown. However, 5 or 6 times, innocent victims in the last month or so, beaten downtown, middle of the street, broad daylight. I just don't think that's acceptable. I can't accept that. And here's my deal. You can't have one incident. You can't say that's an isolated incident when a 18-year-old girl gets her head beat off the street downtown. You just can't. You can't say it's an isolated incident when a 73-year-old man gets beaten downtown. You can't. You can't say it's an isolated incident when the big boss at PNC gets assaulted downtown. You can't. Can't do it, man. You can't. Until there's nothing happening downtown. 0 incidents. If that happens, man, gunshots fired on Liberty Avenue, gotta talk about that. Woman pulls a machete, gotta talk about that. Isn't that fair? Isn't that fair? I mean, it's fair. I mean, look, this is my town, man. I grew up here. True story. I was talking to some folks on the phone this morning about Corey O'Connor. He's going to run for mayor. That's what I'm being told. Corey doesn't confirm that. I do know that a lot of big shots have talked to him. I know that he's reached out to a lot of big shots. I know that there's legitimate momentum to do that. Fine. But here's my point. This is true. And Patrick was sitting there, and Ariana was sitting there when I was on the phone with this big shot. And he literally said, while I'm on the phone, Marty, I was walking through the parking lot to my office this morning, and a grown man took a crap in the streets downtown. So look, I'm all about talking about the wonders of downtown and the fact that they had amazing Pride Fest. It was very cool. Amazing. St. Patrick's Day Parade. Very cool. Amazing. Amazing Arts Festival. Very cool. Amazing. Pirate Games. Amazing. Amazing. However, my friends that bike along the trail, including my man Patrick, you cannot, unless you have blinders on, bike in this town without seeing crap, without seeing folks strung out, without seeing refuse, syringes, trash, garbage all over downtown. So my point is, what am I supposed to do? I love downtown, man. I was downtown. There's this little comedy/magic theater right on Liberty Avenue. True story. We went to the show, had a great, great time. It's a beautiful place. Small, very intimate. We came out, and we were going to dinner. 20 people fighting. 20 people fighting in the streets. Right in front of us, me and my wife. Beating the daylights out of each other. What I'm saying to you or anyone listening from the city who gets hacked off when I do this is that it's just the truth, man. Patrick, you're a biker, brother. What I'm saying, you see, is this not fair? It's fair.
Oh, it's absolutely fair. Yeah. There is grime. There is garbage. There's needles. There's trash. There are people fighting.
Yeah.
You see it. I was riding downtown with my kid a couple days ago.
Great point. Go ahead.
And there was a woman and a man fighting right at the corner, right by the Buy-In Theater. You know, we're stopped in the bike lane at a red light, and these two are going at it.
So what, we're just supposed to accept that and say Pittsburgh's wonderful. Is that what we're supposed to do?
No, and I had to talk to my kid about it. I'm like, listen, this is one reason you're not coming down here by yourself. He's starting to explore trails and ride more without me, and I'm like, dude, you are not doing this.
Help me out.
It's not safe for you to do that.
Help me out with your opinion on this. So you're into this furry thing. You guys always get a table and you watch it. I don't know that I'd want to stay downtown right now for 3 days wearing a costume. I mean, what do you say about that?
The corner where it's all focused.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any issues there.
Okay.
So right around the convention center.
Yeah, I know where you're at.
You know, it's kind of I don't want to say cloistered off from everything else, but it does kind of stay in that little circle, that area of Penn Avenue, 10th and Penn.
So you'd be okay with that?
Yeah, we're doing it Friday evening. We've got our table reserved. We're going to go out there. We got about 15, 20 people. We're going to have dinner and drinks and mingle with the furries.
Ariana, would you go downtown by yourself to meet your friends, to go to the theater, or to go to dinner? By yourself?
Well, no. By myself, never, because first of all, I hate parking by myself and trying to find a parking spot. So that's the main issue, but no, I don't feel safe going by myself. If I'm with a group of girls, yes.
You would be okay with a group of girls?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just not by myself, no.
And what I'm saying about downtown being kind of sketch, you buy that, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is, and I've taken a lot of grief about this because they say I hate Pittsburgh, which is the biggest blankety-blank lie I ever heard in my life. It's got to work, man. It's got to be clean as hell. It's got to be safe as hell. I don't know what else to tell you. If you have to put 600 cops down there, man, and 700 public works people and pay $8 billion in overtime, I'm exaggerating to make a point. It has to be a magnificent place to go. And I mean magnificent. Gold Mile, Chicago. Talk about all the crime you want in Chicago. Ain't nothing happening on the Gold Mile. They got to do that here. And until they do, it's going to be grimy and sketchy. Doesn't mean I can't say I love Pittsburgh, because I do go downtown quite a bit. But my head's on a swivel, and it's grimy and sketchy.
Philo's got a world of entertainment for you to explore with just one subscription. Sign up today and start watching all the networks you love, like A&E, MTV, Discovery, Lifetime, Hallmark Channel, and so much more. Featuring current seasons of all the best drama, true crime, reality, and family-friendly shows you can't afford to miss. And with up to 3 streams at once, you'll never have to fight about what to watch. Get started today and unlock our library of over 75,000 movies and shows, and save all your favorites with the unlimited DVR so you can rewatch them anytime, anywhere for up to a year. Philo now includes access to AMC Plus. You can discover your next obsession from its collection of hit originals like Mad Men, The Walking Dead, Killing Eve, Orphan Black, and tons of blockbuster movies. There are no contracts, no commitments, and no hassles. For just $28 a month, Philo's a better way to watch TV. So what are you waiting for? Visit philo.tv and sign up today to start your 7-day free trial. That's philo.tv.
I listen for powerful conversations.
From powerful voices.
Information is power at the top and bottom of the hour.
Influencing the corridors of power.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's 83 degrees and sunny at Pittsburgh International at 1:30. I'm Susie Cole. 7 voters, the NAACP and the Center for Coalfield Justice, are suing Washington County's commissioners over a policy adopted for this year's primary, in which people were disqualified mail-in ballots were not informed in time to fix errors. The 7 voters who are suing all had mail-in ballots invalidated because of incomplete or missing dates. One also failed to sign the exterior envelope, and another signed in the wrong place. The lawsuit seeks to have Washington County's current policy declared unconstitutional. And some new developments in the recent discovery of a man's body inside a car pulled from the Allegheny River in Springdale. News Radio KDKA's Tamara Rush has the details.
Authorities have not officially identified the remains. However, the Post-Gazette is reporting that the license plate on the car found underwater matches that of the Mazda linked to Bunny Lee, who was 78 when he was last seen at his East Liberty home in 2013. Police at the time said Mr. Lee had dementia and might have been confused and disoriented. A dive team out of Murraysville found the car during a training exercise. Springdale police pulled the car from the river and found human remains inside. Anyone with information concerning this incident is asked to call the county police tip line. Tamira Rush, News Radio, KDKA.
A teen from Monessen has been sentenced to prison time after pleading guilty to shooting and killing 16-year-old Amari Altamore. Nearly 2 years ago, 17-year-old Terry Newton was sentenced Monday to 7.5 to 25 years in prison for voluntary manslaughter and an additional 6 months on firearms charges. Altamore was shot in a bedroom at Newton's home in November of 2022. The standout football player later died at a hospital. And on to Wall Street, where the Dow is down 13 points at 39,156. The Nasdaq is up 88, and the S&P is up 11. KDKA Radio News Time 1:31. Our next update at 2. I'm Susie Cole on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio KDKA.
Hey, it's Marty. I go back 20 years with Phil DeVicente, one of the best lawyers in the country and one of my close friends. And I mean, they handle unbelievable cases, fraud, criminal cases, big time product liability and medical malpractice cases, the experts. And Phil gets it right. We have been using him on air for nearly 20 years. GetPhil.com. 800-438-7445.
Using credit cards could soon become a hassle in Pennsylvania. Some in the legislature are considering a multi-million-dollar giveaway to corporate megastores and may force you to pay for parts of your purchase in cash, while small businesses will have to manage an accounting nightmare. This mandate could also expose information about the private purchases you make. Prevent credit card chaos at guardyourcard.com/Pennsylvania. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Is it soda or is it pop? The very question has baffled philosophers for centuries. At Red Ribbon, we call it soda pop. Coming from a time when every small community had their own soda pop shop to call their own, we bottle Pittsburgh's pop with the same quality and standards as we did when the first bottles rolled off the line in 1904. Made with cane sugar, Red Ribbon Cherry Pop will take you back, way back. Look for our products at any Giant Eagle or Giant Eagle Market District, and always remember to drink Red Ribbon.
Hi, Paul Alexander here. Did you get in on that Awaken 180 challenge to drop 40 by the 4th? If so, congratulations. You've reached your goal this week. Went by fast, didn't it? If you've been sitting on the sidelines and haven't started Awaken 180 yet, what's holding you back? The results are real, and they come quickly. I dropped 35 pounds in 6.5 weeks. Paul Zeiss, Chris Muller, listeners, Donnie Football, and a number of my friends have had the very same result with Awaken 180. 100% success all the way across the board. The deal is simple. You set real measurable goals, then you literally watch the pounds fall right off. I was losing about 5 to 8 pounds a week. So think about it. How much weight do you want to lose? And then do the math. Whatever your goal, bring it to Awaken 180 and smash it just like we did. Reserve your virtual at-home consultation or in person at their brand new Mars location. Online at Awaken 180 Weight Loss or give them a call. 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800.
Summer's on, and so are the deals at Target's 4th of July sale.
Let's go.
Celebrate with 30% off 12 packs of soda when you buy 3 with Target Circle. Or get Doritos chips on sale, 2 for $6.
I love it.
Then make it a party with sprinkles. Select favorite day treats dressed in red, white, and blue are 20% off with Target Circle. And save even more. We've lowered prices on many summer faves like Up and Up Sunscreen, Tillamook Ice Cream, Honest Kids Juice Boxes, and more. Target's 4th of July sale ends Saturday. Restrictions apply.
I love it.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-902-5454. 800-902-5454.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
From the PJ Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic, powered by Bowser. Samantha, what's up?
Hey, Marty, we have an accident to report over at the intersection of South Nigley Avenue and Walnut Street. This is over in Shady Side. Now to our major roadways. Things are looking much better on the inbound side of the Parkway West. We're just seeing our usual backup starting a little bit before the Green Tree exit as you make your way to the Fort Pitt tunnels. And the outbound side of the Parkway West is backed up into the county jail. Over on the Parkway East, on the inbound side, our backup is now back to Wilkinsburg, and we're also seeing some backup build on the lower deck of the Fort Duquesne Bridge. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDK.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
We'll see sunshine through some high clouds the rest of today with a warmer afternoon high of 84. Patchy clouds tonight, though 68. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds. It'll become hot and more humid with a high near 90. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The KDKA radio text line is driven by Kenny Ross Auto Group. Find your best deal and Pittsburgh's best warranty at kennyross.com.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us on the Big K Morning Show tomorrow, 5:30 to 10. We'll get you ready for the holiday weekend, and you'll meet Bridget Williams from Hempfield, headed to the Summer Games in Paris.
One of my good friends, one of the smartest lawyers in America, and someone who has been looking at the Supreme Court ruling as well, John Perry, joins me. JP, what's up? How are you, my man?
Good, brother.
All right, before we get to that, I hope you're listening before, because I wanted to be blunt about this. John and I are like family. Well, honestly, we go back 20 years. I can't tell you how many things he's done.
official capacity and have absolute immunity, because then it becomes, what is the definition of official capacity? And if you read the majority opinion, it's frightening what they claim. I mean, even Barrett Coney, who always votes with those guys, said, wait a minute, you've gone too far here. I mean, nobody gets this kind of blanket immunity. And not to be an extremist, but Richard Nixon would not have been prosecuted or found guilty of anything under this Supreme Court's opinion. And Justice Sotomayor, in her dissent, used the president ordering somebody to be assassinated. But, Marty, let's look at history. And I know it's a different regime and a different kind of government, but Hitler was acting in his official capacity when he killed 17 million people. Under this opinion, Marty, he would be immune from criminal prosecution.
So hold on, let me read Sotomayor's what she said verbatim. Orders the Navy SEALs Team 6 to assassinate a political rival. Immune. Organizes a military coup to hold on to power. Immune. Takes a bribe in exchange for a pardon. Immune, 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 immune. You know, Anthony Mariani was just on here. He said that's a load of crap. You disagree?
No one's going to know until this plays out. Sure. But I do disagree with the interpretation that what Sotomayor said is a load of crap, because if you read the majority of opinion, not only do they say he is immune for things he does in his official capacity, but those things that are on the fringe of his official capacity, he has presumptive immunity. And they went one step further and they said, and by the way, any evidence which is gathered under the guise of his official immunity can't be used as evidence to prosecute those things for which he isn't immune.
It's amazing.
So if I want to argue with Judge Mariani, who I think is a bright guy.
I love him.
How do we define official immunity? How do we find an official act? I understand what Sotomayor was saying. She said, in his capacity as the president, the commander-in-chief, if he believes there's an immediate threat to the United States, and as the president he declares somebody to be assassinated, in my opinion, that's an official act.
It is.
And if it's an official act, he 1,000,000% gets immunity under this opinion.
It's actually fascinating. And you know what, JP, you said it. We're going to have to see how it plays out, bro.
Well, let's see how it plays out. Let me just close by this, Marty. This is the danger of having politics in the Supreme Court.
True.
That was never the purpose of, the three branches. The judiciary was always supposed to be the impartial branch. And when we can all predict how a case is going to be decided based on the president that appointed him, we have lost our way in this country.
And, hey, JP, I got to ask you this, just like I did Mariani, because I have to, because you're such a big brain and you have so much influence. So, my man, you're sitting there watching that the other night, the debate, with your sons and your beautiful wife. You concerned about Biden?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Why? Tell me why.
Well, I mean, because he obviously is not as sharp as he once was. I mean, he's a smart man. He's done wonderful things, but he's not as sharp as he once was. The only thing that gives me a little bit of comfort is he has always surrounded himself with smart people.
I get that, but 4 years down the road, he's still running the country. He could be brain dead. Not to be a jerk here, but he could be incapacitated. If this progresses. Right?
Absolutely a legitimate concern.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Something we're talking about at dinner just about every night. Thanks, my man.
Take care, buddy.
Tell the boys I said hi.
Thank you. I will.
He's an amazing lawyer, and what's really cool is both of his sons are attorneys, and you get down to that firm and you meet them, and they're both brilliant kids, but beyond that, they're wonderful boys as well. All right. From the P.J. Fitzpatrick Home Improvement Traffic Center, AAA Traffic powered by Bowser. Here's what I hear them yelling in the streets every day. Samantha, 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 Samantha. Samantha, what's up?
Okay. Hi, Marty. We're seeing some backup on the Parkway West on both sides, right around the Green Tree exit, and the outbound side of the Parkway West is backed up until the county jail. Over on the Parkway East on the inbound side, the backup is starting around Wilkinsburg, and on the outbound side, we're seeing some buildup starting as you approach the Greenfield Bridge. We're also seeing some congestion still on the lower deck of the Fort Duquesne Bridge. With AAA Traffic, I'm Samantha McGill on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Did you know that now you can listen to all your favorite stations, including this one, shows, and even podcasts, all on the Odyssey app? Download it now.
I was in shock. How can I be this athlete and end up with a full blockage in my left artery? UPMC was the only one that was doing robotic heart surgery for my particular needs.
UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute is pioneering minimally invasive techniques for robotic cardiac surgery for faster recovery times.
6 weeks after surgery, I'm able to teach martial arts and I'm able to be an athlete again.
Your heart care matters. Visit upmc.com/heart to learn more.
When you haven't found love, it can feel like everyone else has. It's in every movie, every song, and all the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to find the one. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
You can host the best backyard barbecue. You find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
Summer is here, which means pool days, beach trips, and yeah, you guessed it, traffic jams. Oh yeah, and heat waves. Don't let summer catch you by surprise. Get the local news you need, no matter what you're up to, with the free Odyssey app, and never miss a beat with alerts on breaking stories sent directly to your phone. Listen today on the free Odyssey app. That's AUDACY.
Look, there have been so many tornadoes. We've seen more tornadoes than in decades. Here's the deal. With branches down, trees down, when you need emergency service, when you need somebody that's going to take care of business with your trees, with your branches, with the damage, you got to call Greater Pitt Tree Service, the best in the game. They're there with the professionals, with the equipment, with the training. Amazing service. Greater Pitt Tree Service, 412-884-TREE, 412-884-TREE.
While you sleep, there are people you've never met who are working hard to make your morning. People who get up at ungodly hours to make sure you get the information you want while you sleep. People who dedicate their lives to make yours better while you sleep. These people come together during the Big K Morning Show with Larry Richard, 5:30 to 10 in the morning, to make sure you have the best news, traffic, and weather to start your day. Wake up to your friends. Weekday mornings on the Voice of Pittsburgh, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
It's Marty. We've talked about cancer. We've talked about how it throws off your balance. I'm at Physical in Monroeville. FYZICAL. Folks, Dr. Jess Nolan is amazing at the office in Monroeville. They put you in a harness. They teach you how to walk again. I feel stronger. I feel as if I'm getting my balance back. Physical in Monroeville. 412-457-8200. 412-457-8200.
Do you know what the scariest sound to hear on a factory floor is? Silence. That means something somewhere broke. Production has stopped, and now you're paying your workers to wait while the team troubleshoots and tries to fix the problem. Finally, there's a proactive way to reduce equipment downtime, thanks to MaintainX. MaintainX is the asset management system that brings your maintenance downtime to zero. MaintainX lets you build preventative maintenance schedules, manage work orders in real time, and access the data you need to make better decisions. Downtime equals death in the production world, so make unplanned downtime a thing of the past. Try MaintainX for free. Control the daily operations of your business and transform your maintenance program by going to maintainx.com. That's maintain in the letter X.com.
And now for a business news update from the Pittsburgh